Hello! Hi Lux! Hi Audric! Hello! Good evening everybody! How's the sound? Offline music, there we go.
I've been waiting for this!
Hello Audric! Good evening! Hello! Welcome! If you were here on Tuesday, I'm so sorry if I missed you. Debut happened and it was really fun and I got to show off the model. Like, look at me. Oh my god. Also, thank you for letting me know sounds good. Because TOUCHSTARVED was a little loud earlier, so I was doing some adjustments before I started stream. Thank you, Audric! I know, I'm so excited. Yeah, the ponytail goes swish, swish, swish. I love this. Swish, swish. Ha, ha. Don't worry, this doesn't actually hurt me. I do this. Aha. I promise. Doesn't hurt. Hair does what it wants, like Bayonetta. Like, you know how when you've played Bayonetta, like, her hair has like a life of its own? Sometimes it's me. Yeah, it goes swish like the other. Oh, look, sparkly. Sparkly. It's okay. But today we're playing TOUCHSTARVED because I felt like it. I've already played it before, but I wanted to play it on stream with everybody, so you can look at my choices.
Well done! You are deserving of reward.
Please tell me you heard that. Please tell me the alert went off. Please tell me the alert went off. Okay, it did. Hope TV, hi! Hello. Oh my god, wait. Hope TV, you're coming in when I'm playing a visual novel. Holy moly, hi. So yes, I did add that new redeem. The reward redeem, the well done, you are deserving of reward redeem, literally just before stream. Yeah, so I decided to add it. I was like, okay, let me add it. Bahamut Omega, hello, how are you? Also, thanks everybody for stopping by. Oh my god, this is the first stream after the debut with the new model, and we're playing a visual novel. It's a demo. I backed the Kickstarter. They extended the Kickstarter, so they're trying to get the Switch port. Let me go ahead and actually link the Kickstarter. It's elsewhere. If I'm looking off into the distance, I am so sorry. TOUCHSTARVED game. But yeah, they're trying to get the Switch port. Oh no, that's the survey, but that's the demographic survey. But yeah, if you know anybody who's into visual novel games, let them know about this Kickstarter. They're trying to unlock a port to the Nintendo Switch. They're at $705,060 raised. The Switch port is about $760K. Did I read that right? I think I read it right. It's fine. But yeah, I saw the artwork of these characters. This one's the one that, oh, you can't see my mouse. This is the one that I'm probably, oh no, wait, it disappeared. Anyway, the one, yeah, the one over here is the one I would go over. My screen not working. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Not moving. It is not moving. That's the thing. Why is my game not moving? Hold on, it's not. You can. Not moving. Hold on. Please hold. I'm gonna move. Technical difficulty. It's moving on my screen, but it's not moving in Steam. So let me figure this out. But how's everybody doing? Happy Thursday. I hope everything's well with all of you. Not Cult of the Lamb. You are working. Oh, now you decide to. It decides to work now. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty, so we are playing TOUCHSTARVED. It's a visual novel, dark romance game with a bit of horror. They do have body horror imagery. What are the trigger warnings? Hold on. It's somewhere here. It's a demo product. This is the demo of the TOUCHSTARVED prologue and not the finished product. Content warning. It is intended for an older audiences. It contains mature content that includes, but is not limited to, horror, graphic violence, strong language, alcohol and drug references, injury and dismemberment. Player discretion is advised. If you accept this content warning, please proceed. Tutorial. In TOUCHSTARVED, your choices matter. The decisions you make may result in unique dialogue, interactions, or even choices in red text, which contains exclusive content. Try playing the demo more than once and choosing different options. You may uncover a secret ending. Remember, there are no wrong answers, only interesting ones. Choose wisely and save often. Controls left click to progress text and dialogue. Mouse. Oh wow, I've never actually played mouse. Mouse wheel up, rewind text and dialogue. Wheel down is progress text and dialogue. Spacebar, hide the UI. Oh my god, wait, you can hide the UI? I didn't know that for screenshots. Okay. Enter your name. I'm going to enter Circe. Okay, choose your pronouns. She. Hershey. The chocolate. Oh, I don't have a voice mod. This world began to unravel long before you were born. It began with fogfall. Spectral mists bled from the seams where reality wore so thin it split. From that fog emerged monsters, inhuman beings with unnatural powers. Some possessed language and intellect. Others were mindless beasts driven by more than the desire to slaughter. As cities fell and unrest spread, humans united in their fear while monsters thrived in their chaos. And there was you. Have a good one. Audric, good luck with your job interview. Sending you all the luck. You're not even sure if you're human. You were born cursed, with hands that alter minds of anyone you touch. Use your backstory. Let's see. Okay. So there's the unnamed, a fallen oracle. You were raised as an oracle in a remote temple. The priests claimed your touch bestowed enlightenment, but a visiting mage revealed your curse for what it is. Following the mage's word, you fled in search of the cenobium. You regularly experience unnatural premonitions that rattle your body and soul. An innate sixth sense gives you a heightened awareness of hidden and supernatural presences around you. The Hound, a forsaken thief. You were raised by society's outcasts, criminals who accepted you when no one else would. Your partner in crime, a friend since childhood, helped you steal enough money for a cure, and then betrayed you. He left you with only enough coin to travel to the cenobium, your only hope. Your sharply honed social intuition. You have sharply honed social intuition. You can survive and even thrive in the violent underbelly of any city, using your experience with the underworld to get ahead. There's the Hound. Okay. The Alchemist. An abandoned mage. An exiled Cenobia mage took you in as a child, raising you as her apprentice. She seemed to take pity on your curse, but you discovered she was cultivating you as a test subject. You fled to the Cenobium seeking a cure. You are an experienced spellcaster with an encyclopedic knowledge of alchemy, spellcraft, and history. With little observation, you can identify the subtle effects of magic. Ooh, okay, I've done Unnamed. I've done Fallen Oracle. Should I do Hound or Alchemist? This is gonna be a lot of reading, so I'm gonna have a lot of water with me and also my tea. I take breaks from reading. Sorry. My tea. Alchemist? Okay, looks. Also, thank you for the resub earlier, by the way. Your name is Circe. You've selected she, her pronouns. Your backstory is the alchemist. Is this correct? Yes. Reason narration A+. Oh, thank you. I've been learning from Kieran and also from Hanshu. I've been learning. I do stumble, but I like reading aloud. I was definitely that kid who would practice whatever paragraph they were assigned to reading when we had to read aloud in class. I practiced that in my head over and over, but then like I would stumble. But it's one of those things where like if you practice more, you get the hang of it. But there are still some words where like I definitely am just like, how do you say that? Reason to ASMR when? Oh, I don't know. Maybe one day. We'll see. We'll see. I did consider the Final Fantasy XIV, what was it? What novel is that? Chronicles of Light ASMR on TikTok, but then I fell off TikTok live streaming. It's already hard to stream on Twitch consistently, so I'm just like, streaming on TikTok as well? I don't know. Also, OBS is the superior, program. Alright, back to the game. The wasteland stretches as far as the eye can see. Nothing out there but death, the ever-present stench of decay, and countless sun-bleached bones cast like seeds across barren land. I could say death doesn't scare me, but to tell the truth, I'm desperate. It's been 2 weeks since I joined a caravan bound across the wastes. Finding a group that would accept me was a trial in itself. As rations grew sparse and my canteen ran dry, I began to despair. Then, saw it. Iridia, city of knowledge, one of the last bastions of humanity left in the world, and home to the famous academy called the Cenobium. All the world's knowledge gathered in one place. If there's anywhere I'll find a cure for my curse, it's there. All that stands between me and a cure is the final stretch of salt-soaked wastes, or so I think until I see the first tendrils of fog snaking beneath the wagon. Is this fogfall? My stomach sinks at the very whisper of it. A silent storm more devastating than fire. Dangerous in cities, but a death sentence beyond them. A thick blanket of fog engulfs us, smothering out the lantern's light. The wagon lurches to a stop. An eerie silence heavy as the mist falls over us. The only warning we get is a strangled scream. Stay back! No! The cry dissolves into wet gurgling. Then the wagon violently pitches to the side. I hit the ground hard, the air punched from my lungs. When I open my eyes, adrenaline lends sudden, awful clarity to the carnage around me. A trader I once shared bread with lies face down in the mud, their back reduced to long strings of torn muscle and gleaming gristle and exposed bone. Bodies litter the wasteland. I try to rise, but my ankle explodes in pain so blinding white blooms across my vision. Only when my eyes adjust do I see the dark shape in front of me. A soulless stoops over the twisted form of a caravaneer. I freeze, but it swivels its head. A dozen bulging eyes twitch in my direction and blink as one. The soulless lets out an ear-splitting shriek and runs at me. But right as it reaches me, the beast barrels past, vanishing into the mist. Distantly, a horse screams in the dark. I need to move, now! Do I run towards the city or to the wagon? The wagon. I take hover beside the wagon where the air is thick with greasy smoke. Fire eats through the gaping hull, sputtering where lantern oil mixes with brackish water. Every person I see is dead or dying, except for one. Oh, All-Mother, forgive our sins. Guide us unto your hearth. We are worthy. We are worthy. A traveler grovels by the flames, their hands clasped over their head in fervent prayer. I glance upwards towards the gazy lights of Iridia, just visible where the fog runs thinnest. I don't pray, but the sight of the city is all the reminder I need. I came too far to die here. Rapid footsteps echo all around me. I turn in circles, frantically searching the opaque mist for the source. The fog ball twists and stretches sound. Suddenly, the caravan's driver bursts forth through the fog. Our eyes meet too late. He slams into me, knocking me to the ground, and slips in a patch of mud. The Soulless falls upon him as soon as he slows. It catches the driver by his throat and rakes his stomach with razor-sharp claws. He comes apart like wet paper, spilling intestines and viscera into a steaming tide. Fighting the urge to heave, I claw frantically through the slippery muck for a handhold. Shit! My hand catches a jagged edge of a rib jutting up from the water. Bandages unfurl around the gouge torn into my palm. The pain's quickly forgotten when a hand closes around my wrist. You stand. Praying traveler leans over me. We need to run. They reach for my hand, and I realize too late my bandages have come undone. No, don't touch me! The sensation of their thumb brushing the back of my hand sends a shiver down my spine. All it takes is one touch. And in the space of a breath, my curse takes hold. Their lips peel back into a deranged grin. No, I've seen that face countless times before. This is my curse. The madness of my own making. Their grip around my hand tightens until pain radiates from my knuckles. Let me go! Suddenly, clammy hands crush my throat, choking my breath. Die! 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 Spit bubbles around the corners of their eyes and flecks my face. The edges of my vision darken as my lungs scream for air. I fight them off. My nails gouge deep into the traveler's wrist, but no matter how much blood I draw, they don't flinch. The more I struggle, the tighter their grip grows. My pulse hammers. Oh, I missed that. Can I go back? Sorry. Tears sting my eyes. No, not here. Not like this. Hands drop from my neck, leaving me wheezing for air. My lungs burn with each ragged cough. My vision clears and the traveler's face takes shape, hovering inches from mine, lips still split in the macabre smile, even as blood seeps between their teeth. They give one last shuddering breath, then slump over, the claws hooked through their stomach. The Soulless shoves the body aside, and the glowing eyes studying its leathery skin thick through it, grinning, as if so grinning. There's a flash of claws, red spills across my vision. I thought there would be pain, but as I sink into the murky water, all I can feel is the grit of silt filling my mouth and the icy embrace of shallow water. Distantly, I notice an arm resting among an outcrop of reeds. Mine, neatly severed at the elbow. There's a dismemberment. I should have taken both arms. Without them, maybe I could have survived. Maybe I could have had a home. Instead, I'll die cold, alone, and face down in a desolate wasteland. A fitting end for a monstrosity like me. This really puts the graphic in graphic novel. I know, right? It's it's so good. So good. This is death. It's not as bad as I feared. Cold is gone, as is the choking stench of bog water. I could drift forever, cocooned in oblivion, until all thought and sensation vanished. No curse, nobody howling at me in madness and terror. Nothing at all. The thought has a terrible appeal to it. But the next moment, I take a reflexive breath. Air pours into my lungs, and then out in a ragged gasp. Ugh. Feeling comes flooding back. Warm cloth on my bare skin. A firm surface underneath me. A strange tang of sulfur in the air. Do not be afraid. There he is, the first of the interests. I twist my head towards the voice. Tears flood my bleary vision at the bright glow of lamplight. Try not to move. The voice is calm, steady, and commanding. But more importantly, it's a stranger's voice. One thought cuts through my mental fog, and I have no idea who this is. And I'm completely at their mercy. Stay away from me! My words come out more than a creaky whisper. Oh, sorry, that's not a creaky whisper. Stay away from me! No. No? Who the hell is this? I have no energy. I'm lying back down. I let myself slump back into the thin pillow, wincing at the motion when the motion jolts my head. Ah, a cooperative patient. Thank you. The words swim one ear and out the other without much comprehension. I pull the sheet up higher, wiping my eyes until my vision clears. A stranger towers over my prone form. Warm light reflects off his pristine medical coat. Instinctively shrink back, and that's when I noticed I'm completely naked except for a thin linen sheet. Naked, lying in a low cot, with a pair of sharp golden eyes watching my every move. This man's gaze flickers to my exposed, unbandaged hand. I plunge my hands under the sheet to hide them from sight, though it's too late. He must have noticed what they look like. Strange. Cursed. Inhuman. I brace myself for his inevitable suspicion and disgust. But his expression doesn't even flicker from that courteous smile. He watched it in placid silence as I struggled to make sense of my surroundings. Where am I? Who are you? Be calm. We're safe here. Whoever this is, he clearly has no idea who or what I am. I've never been safe anywhere with anyone. Even my own mentor, my teacher. Thought I was nothing but a convenient specimen to be used and discarded. I scowl, pulling the sheet protectively around myself. Where are my clothes? The man's golden eyes narrow slightly. A sharp sigh rustles through papers in his hands. I see you are not to be dissuaded. Your clothes are torn to shreds when I found you, but I procured you replacements. With a creak, he stands from the chair, giving me a better view of my surroundings. I seem to be in some sort of medical clinic. Bottles of silvery alchemic concoctions line the counters in neat rows. The air makes my nose twitch, and a faint whiff of smoke and something distinctly metallic that I can't quite place. A doctor procures a large, dense bundle of cloth, which he sets at the foot of my cot. He's easily a head taller than most, and I have to crane my head to look at him. I'm gonna be polite? Polite, or should I just... Well, they're both polite. Would you step out? I lift my head, looking defiantly into those golden eyes. Could you step out first? I'm not getting dressed with you standing there. Here. To my surprise, the man's mouth quirks. I was not planning on watching. Still smiling to himself, he disappears through a narrow door. I hear a soft click as the lock turns behind him. I count to 3 in sudden silence. When I don't hear any more footsteps, I reach for the bundle of clothes. An itch at my elbow stops me short. I reach absently to rub at it, then freeze when my fingers meet a neat line of stitches. I know what I saw. That beast took my arm clean off. And yet, my arm shows no sign of injury apart from the black stitchings poking at my skin. Gingerly, I flex my fingers, feeling my heart race at the sensation. Impossible. I should be dead. Or at the very least gasping for my last breaths. I squeeze my eyes shut, waiting for the pleasant dream to unravel, to wake up bleeding in the swamp. But nothing happens. The seconds tick by, and my arm remains resolutely healed. My surroundings pristine and quiet. In numb disbelief, I reach for the replacement cloths and begin stiffly pulling on them. They're thicker and warmer than mine were, with a black woolen cloth to go with them. But there's still something missing. My bandages. The golden-eyed man did not leave me with any, though I know he saw my hands. I slide off the bed and take a few unsteady steps towards one of the drawers. If this is indeed a doctor's clinic, there must be bandages somewhere. I start opening the drawers at random, and of course, when the door swings open once more. Are you looking for something? I whirl around, clutching a thick roll of clean bandages. I try to step back, but my legs bump against the edge of the cot. Your caution is understandable, even though I meant you no harm. Even if I meant you harm, you would know. That doesn't make me feel any better in the slightest. But he makes no move towards me, so I quickly wind the bandages around my hand. Glowing scars and molten skin disappear under a layer of clean white cotton. May I ask why you need additional bandages? To hide this from you? I clenched my jaw. I knew it would only be a matter of time before he asked about my hand. Though the way he does it is strangely roundabout. What did I pick last time? Although, hold on. I'm gonna put his music up a little. Every time I click off the screen, it just does that. He has a really sad sounding theme. I didn't notice it the first time because I was too focused on Leander. Okay, also, I'm drinking some water because I'm feeling a little parched. Okay, let's see. Let's glare at him. I fix him with the coldest glare I can muster. He doesn't even blink, meeting my eyes serenely as I finish tying my bandage. I'm not easily intimidated. I didn't try that hard. I hastily break eye contact, but he says nothing more. At least he does not seem angry. But if he wants answers out of me, I'm gonna need some from him first. Who are you? Oh no, this one's his theme. I like this one. Oh. Okay. Who are you? You may call me Circe. Where exactly am I? Iridia, which I assume was your caravan's destination. I can think of nowhere else for a group of travelers to go. Iridia. So I made it into the City of Knowledge after all. I should feel relieved. But all I can manage is a vague sense of increasing unease. How did I end up here? I brought you to my clinic, of course. You were the only survivor from the caravan, barely clinging to life. You needed immediate attention. Or immediate treatment. Yeah, my arm came clean off, sir. I still don't know how you sewed it back on. It went chomp. Which you provided? Duct tape? Duct tape fixes everything. Hi, Ojimaru. Today's just a reading stream. I'm gonna do a lot of talking today. Tomorrow's like vocal rest. And then on Saturday's the subathon, so that's gonna be a lot of talking, so. Oh man. Oh my god. Water, actually. But I hope you're doing well. Duct tape. Duct tape. Ah, flat! I can't help myself when I say duct tape. The T is not very obvious. It sounds like a K when I say duct. Now I'm very conscious about saying it now. I frown and flex the fingers on my recently healed arm. Aside from being a bit stiff, it feels fine. Thoroughly attached to me. Also, I like his outfit. Wait, how do I... Oh my god! Okay, that's how you do it. Hold on. Oh! I'm taking screenshots, don't mind me. I zoomed in to take screenshots of Chorus. And then also I zoomed in. Okay, back to normal. Back to normal. There we go. I need to hotkey that to something else. Sorry for the extreme close-up. Ah! Uncomfortable again. Okay. Spacebar. Are you saying you stitched my arm back on? Yes. Yes, he is. Pardon? A soulless attacked the caravan. It ripped everyone to shreds. It tore my arm clean off. But when I woke up here, I spent my entire life learning from a Cenobia mage, and I know no alchemy or magic that could reattach a severed limb. Oh, that's different. James. You can already tell I've played this. 100% Zoom redeem? Maybe. I actually considered that. Even if he somehow could heal me by magic, I should detect traces of it. But I sense nothing out of the ordinary at all. The doctor, Curse, pinches the bridge of his nose. He sits back down on his chair, quiet for a time. I do not know where you come from, but Iridia is the city of knowledge, and deadly secrets alike. Information is power, and it is unwise to give it or receive it freely. Since you have refused to divulge your secret, I will not divulge mine. I do not even know your name. You're new to Iridia, so I will overlook this specific breach of etiquette. However, you should not expect others to extend the same courtesy. Do you understand? He looks pointedly at my freshly bandaged hands. Loath as I am to admit, he has a point. I am also a complete stranger to him, and if he's telling the truth, he saved my life. I take a deep, steadying breath. This time, when I speak, I sound a bit more like myself. Circe. My name is Circe. It is a pleasure to meet you, Circe. There's a little bit more warmth in his smile, his polite demeanor back in an instant. For saving my life. I smile in return. Even if he won't explain how he did the impossible, there's no doubt in my mind I'd be dead if not for Curus. Think nothing of it. I'm not sure if he's being excessively courteous, but his words only raise more urgent questions. But I have to ask, why did you save me? You don't even know me. The question seems to startle Curus. I could hardly leave you to die in the wastes. Assisting those in need is the very essence of a doctor's duty. I've never met a doctor who handed out free clothes. My fingers find the edges of the cloak. There's a subtle but delicately embroidered pattern around the hem. I try not to think about what kind of price Curus might ask for such well-made clothes. No, I suppose not. Forgive my presumption, but I rarely come across so fascinating a patient. I blink. Did he just say? Ah. I simply meant that few would cling to life so resolutely, or brave such a perilous journey to Iridia. I could not help but being curious about you, Circe. His voice dips into a soft murmur, and he abruptly looks away from me. You're pretty curious yourself. Am I? Well, I haven't forgotten about my arm. I wiggle my intact fingers at him. Clearly not. You haven't asked me for any payment either. I require none from you. Travelers do not have an abundance of coin, and it would be unethical to leave you destitute in a strange place. I fall silent, unsure what to say to that. No one would help a horror like me. There has to be some kind of catch, or trick, right? A loud knock at the front door stops our conversation cold, and spares me from having to say anything else. Duty calls. Unfortunately, you're not my only patient today. The knocking grows more insistent, and Circe lets out a tired sigh. Please wait your turn. Though he says it quietly, the clamor on the other side of the door abruptly stops. Do you need anything before you leave, Circe? Oh. Between the soulless attack and my miraculous survival, I had almost forgotten why I came to Iridia in the first place. I need directions to the cenobium. Cenobium? The look on his face is downright chilling. He pauses, choosing his words with cold deliberation when he speaks again. He looks angry. He looks... Whatever you seek, it is very unlikely. Cenobium gates open for a precious few visitors. Even if they did, you would not like what you found there. My heart sinks. What is he saying? I came all this way for nothing? Risk life for a limb for nothing? No, that can't be. I've only just arrived. Iridia is the largest city still standing. There has to be a cure for me here. Oh, hello, welcome. Welcome, Buster Jam. Hello. I'm playing the visual novel TOUCHSTARVED demo. If not the cenobium, where would you suggest? Do you know anyone else in Iridia? Nope. Sorry, Circe, I know absolutely one. I shake my head. I suggest a local guide. Head to the Wet Wick and ask for Leander. Excuse me, the Wet what? The Wet... He sounds deeply unamused. Follow the postings advertising Leander's bloodhounds. They're difficult to miss. When you meet Leander, tell him I sent you. This isn't much to go on, but Circe points to the clinic's back door. You'll be safe as long as you do not draw attention to yourself. That's easier said than done. I've always been a magnet for the worst sort of attention. If you require my assistance, you may return whenever you wish. Though he's smiling, there's a note of finality in his voice. Resigned to my dismissal, I slip out the back door. I find myself standing in a narrow, rather gloomy alley. I pull the new cloak over my nose, stepping over the contents of chamber pots that have been emptied onto the street. Something weighs heavily inside of my coat's pockets. My coin purse. Everything is still inside. Every last coin I scrapped together for the journey to Iridia. It doesn't even look like it was even opened. There's so few coins to begin with, they probably weren't worth stealing. I glance back at the clinic's closed door. Circe didn't take any payment. He didn't even ask for a future favor. But he also said in Iridia, secrets are power. Does he expect me to give up mine at some point? That's not exactly a comforting thought, though. Still, no matter why he did it, Circe gave me a second chance and a lead on where I might find help. I better get going, or he changes his mind. I squeeze out of the alley into the crowded main street. The line outside Circe's clinic stretches out down the road already. Two thin peddlers queue alongside withered elders. If any place is in desperate need of a free clinic, it's one. Cobblestones are treacherously rough under my feet. Deep grooves worn between them by regular flooding and decades of hard use. I knew Iridia was a river city, but I didn't expect it to look so eroded. Buildings are tired and dilapidated, all crammed together on narrow streets. A child darts by, clutching something greasy wrapped in paper. The smell of fried foods drifts over me. My stomach gives a faint gurgle. This morning's catch! Fried up, hot and fresh. Not too many eyeballs today. Is that supposed to be the monsters or fish? That sounds disgusting, but I'm starving. So I duck my head under the stall's grubby awning. A large fish leers up at me, its 3 bulging eyes still visible through the thick layer of crispy batter. The vendor gives me a gap-toothy grin. What's the cheapest thing you got? The vendor points at a metal basket of what looks like long strips of savory fried dough. Fresh long, lads, 3 copper apiece. Don't burn your mouth. They called that. Why are they called that? I take the coins out, counting them gingerly. At this rate, I might not even be able to afford dinner. Reluctantly, I drop the payment onto the counter and take my meal. 2 streets later, I pass under a wrought iron archway adorned with dangling garlands of red and pink lilies. The buildings in this quarter are a dizzying riot of color, painted walls and tinted glass everywhere I look. Sheer red and pink curtains flutter in the open doorways, musical voices call out invitingly, incense mingles with the pungent smell of flowers, barely covering the salt and musk of warm bodies. This must be Iridia's entertainment district. Ah! Teddy! Teddy! Thank you for cheering! Thank you for sending the 300 bits. Love the new model. I'm sorry I missed your reveal. Much love, my friend. No worries. It's time zones are time zones, you know. I don't blame you at all. But welcome, Teddy. I hope you're doing well. We're just having a chill stream. I'm just reading through Touchstarved the demo. I hope you're doing well. What are you up to? Actually, I'm gonna take a quick break from reading. Whew. Quick break from reading. I hope you're well. I'm gonna just chill here for a little bit. Holy moly. Ah. I've been reading for like 40 minutes straight, yeah. I'm glad you're well. Just looking up some glands. It's nice. But chill is nice, yeah. But how's everything? Everything's good. Everything's great. This is actually the first non-debut stream, so I'm getting used to a bunch of things. I love the new model. Like, also look, swish, 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 swish. Look at the ponytail. Ha! I love it. And also, wait. Hold on. Ready? Ready. Hold on, Teddy. I'm gonna show you the thing. Oh, I gotta scoot over. Let me scoot over. See him now? Oh, his head's being covered. It's the best boy. I know, the body pillow is so fun. I love this thing so much. Like, look at it. God, I love him. I love him so much. I love Grahatia so much. Ah. Oh my god. So, oh my god. Also, we're about to meet my favorite character, which is also why I'm also taking a break, because I'm just gonna be screenshotting and then I'm just gonna like zoom in and just be like face against the glass kind of thing. So I'm gonna put this body pillow away. Huzzah! Okay, he's disappeared. Scoot back over this way. Yeah. Alright, yeah, nope, two. There we go. Ready. Yeah, I love this. There's just so many cool things about this. I even have like the controller. My controllers work as well. Ah, okay. Voice break over. But yeah, feel free to kick back, relax, be comfy. It's a reading stream. If I lull you to sleep with my voice and just reading, that's okay. That's actually one of my goals. I'm actually really considering ASMR streams after this right now. Because one of my friends was like, "Oh, hey, I might lurk in your stream. I'm getting a little sleepy." So I'm like, "Okay, that's fine." So if it puts you to sleep, that's fine. Oh, good. Hold on. Okay, yeah, ASMR please, maybe. I'll consider it. If more people ask me for ASMR, I'll consider it. I just need to figure out the logistics of it, you know? Because I know Kieran did an ASMR stream. My best friend Kieran Young did an ASMR stream. He did like a tea time, like Fire Emblem tea time type thing. So I need to ask him how he did that. It's just whispering for a very long time is hard for me. So we'll figure that out. Alrighty, are you ready to meet my favorite character? Go back. Oh shit, no. Hey, go back, go back! There we go. There we go. Okay, I figured out how to go back. If Leander is the leader of the Bloodhounds, then his face is printed on the poster. The face printed on the poster is likely his. I followed the line of identical posters around a corner and nearly hit my head on a precariously dangling wooden sign. Looking up, the faded orange letters read, "The Wet Wick." The facade of the building looks like it's seen better days, but I hear faint music and laughter coming from inside. The inside of the bar is a far cry from the abandoned exterior. It's not even midday, and most of the tables and booths are occupied by a loose assembly of people in matching green cloaks. I'm no stranger to bars. Sometimes I would take my books to the local tavern for a change of scenery, but I prefer a quieter place. A cursory glance doesn't turn anyone with a dagger-shaped earring. I'm about to head towards the counter when a chant rises from the center of the room. Show! 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 The remaining green cloaks abandon the bar and their booths to rush towards the center of the room in a sudden torrent. There's no time to move out of the way. I'm caught and swept along in the ale stench current. Hey! Rhythmic chanting drowns out my voice. I thrash, throwing my elbows as the press of bodies grows heavier. My hip knocks into a table. I grip it, holding tightly to steady myself. But the crowd has stilled. The chanting stopped. A pair of gilded boots stride across the tabletop. Oh! Hold on. Neum? Okay. That's Leander. Seriously, you dogs. Again? Scattered laughter and cheers rise from the audience. I drag my eyes upward. Hello. A well-dressed man stands on the table in front of me, his broad shoulders framed by the thick lapels of his trench coat. Screenshots. You. See. Nothing. Okay, hold on. This is really the last time, alright? This time he speaks, the audience falls silent, as though bewitched by his magnetic presence or rich, low voice. But nothing is as captivating as his smile. He beams at the crowd around him, a performer on his makeshift stage. Don't blink, or else you'll miss it. He laughs and his dagger-shaped earring dangling from his left ear catches the light in a flash of gold. It would seem that I found Leander. He raises his hand above the audience and snaps. A flash of pale green light. Real magic. No ordinary stage trick blinds me. I know, right, Teddy? I know! Hello? Does anyone... Wait. Like Treasure Planet, like older Jim Hawkins? Like Jim Hawkins from Treasure Planet? Absolutely, yes, 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 yes. Okay. That's the vibe. This is the vibe. Hold on, I'm gonna take this away. Screenshots. More screenshots. Okay, Teddy. Okay, hold on. If you're all in, wait, you should back the Kickstarter. They extended the Kickstarter. It's a Kickstarter. This demo's on Steam. Definitely give it a shot. If you really like it, tell your friends about it, and then also back the Kickstarter. They're trying to unlock a Nintendo Switch port. I'm not sponsored by them. I just really enjoy the demo. I just really enjoy the demo. I just do. Oh my god, it's so good. Considering going, hey, so can you cosplay this character, please? It's the trade-off of like cosplaying husbandos and waifus. That's the trade-off. Okay. Hi, Wild Seven Nights. Can you cosplay this, please? Please? Thank you. What? There's a coat here. There is a coat. Han, thank you so much for the resub. He looks like Skull. Yeah. So, will you do it? I'll find a clip-on earring. We'll make a clip-on earring of this. Yeah. I gotta go, but I wanted to drop in and give some love. Thank you, Han! Thank you so much for the resub. Good luck today. And also, I'm getting more people hooked on this demo. Let's go! Okay. Gonna move back now. Okay, as the brilliance ebbs, my gaze refocuses on the mage towering above me. He flicks his wrist and the magic spiraling around him coalesces. A delicate flower stem sprouts from between his pinched fingers. One by one, glowing lily petals spring forth. With a flourish, the mage presents conjured flowers. The audience bursts into clapping and cheers. Whoa! Sorry, I'm a one-woman show. My mouth hangs open. But not just on account of the impressive performance. There is no incantation. No magic spell. I've never seen something so beautiful and intricate conjured so effortlessly. Leander must be an incredibly gifted mage. No wonder Circe recommended him. Leander plucks the iridescent bouquet out from the air and turns in a slow circle, giving an audience a good look. Now, who could use some good luck? Eager onlookers scoot closer to the table. Some reach for the lilies while others whistle and call Leander's name. Can you all whistle? Because I can't. I tried. I'm really bad at it. I'm like... Oh wait, I can! I lied. No. No. I'm trying here. Close enough. Can you all whistle? You heard me. I don't know if you heard me try. I don't think it was loud enough for the microphone. But his cool green eyes slide over them, locking on me instead. How about you? My chest tightens. Every person gathered turns to stare at me. Do I take the flowers or do I refuse the flowers? I take the flowers. I reach out, all too aware of the way my fingers tremble as I carefully take the flowers from him. There is no weight to them, only a faint warmth that radiates from the stems. As soon as the flowers leave Leander's hands, their light dims. They fade away in a shower of opalescent. Oh wait, how do you say this word? Hold on. This is where I just go, hey Google, how do you say this word? Oh shit! What did I do? How do I say this? Opalescent, I was right. What is that? What is that? What did I do? Anyway. To my surprise, Leander laughs under his breath. That's the problem with flowers. They don't last long, but they leave an impression, right? What was that? What was that bound to? Oh my god. Why did I throw presents at myself? He grins at me. I find myself smiling back. Oh my god. Zooming in again, once again. There we go. Alrighty, and back out. Leander steps off the table, dropping among the excited crowd with an audible clink. All right, bloodhounds, get back to your drinks. Show's over. The greencloaks disperse at his command, returning to their tables and booths. Before I can make my way towards Leander, his eyes find me. He gives me a friendly wave and beckons me over to the crowded counter. I manage to squeeze beside him, but there's so little room that his broad shoulder presses against mine. I tense. He doesn't seem to mind at all. Is this your first time in Iridia? He says lightly with a genuine air of curiosity. Oh! Hey, okay. I'm drinking water, okay. Okay. Do I stick out that much? No, but I'm certain I'd remember seeing a face as lovely as yours around Lowtown. My eyes flicker to the polished countertop. I'm not used to flattery, and being this close does make eye contact difficult. As if on cue, the bartender approaches us. What can I get ya? Surprise me and add anything my friend wants to my tab. I wasn't expecting the generosity, but I have to admit, I do feel a little thirsty after all that fried dough. I'll have what he's having. While the bartender leaves to fix our drinks, Leander leans his elbows onto the counter. I'm close enough to notice the purple shadows under his lower lids. His eyes wander over me in return. When they lock onto my bandaged hands, a sour taste rises in my throat. Here come the questions. So, what brings you to the Wick? Circe sent me. He pushes his hair back from his forehead and immediately falls right back into place. So, it's about work. The bartender returns with a pair of glasses filled with what I can only assume is beer. I raise my glass and give it an experimental whiff. It smells faintly yeasty, but with an undercurrent I can't quite place. A quick sip confirms my worst suspicions. It's awful. Somehow briny and sour in a way that reminds me of pickles. But any thought of complaining dies at the moment I look up and see Leander taking a big swig from his glass. He lets out a satisfied breath. How can I be of assistance? I need to get to the cenobium. As soon as the word cenobium leaves my mouth, the entire bar falls silent. The bloodhounds twist around in their seats to gawk openly, and an especially drunk one speaks up. The hell are you bringing up the cenobium in here? Throw him out! This is bloodhound territory! The vitriol catches me off guard. Vitriol? Close enough. From the angry... Hello! Maelstrom Radio, hi! Hold on. Okay. I can stop reading for a second. Susan, how are you? How's everybody? Let me give you a shout out. What were you up to? What were you playing? What were you doing in Final Fantasy XIV? Also, welcome everybody. Hi, it's me, your girl, Reisna. I'm here. You can also call me Circe. Cass! Hi, how are you? We're playing this dark romance visual novel. It's 18 plus because what were the content warnings at the start? Dismemberment, body horror stuff. Oh my god, it was stuff. But yeah, within the first like 10 minutes, it's like, oh, their arms off. You don't see the actual dismemberment, it's just mentioned. But hello, hi, welcome. I should have introduced myself before telling you what the game's about. But hi everybody who is new from Maelstrom Radio. My name is Raisma. You can also call me Circe Castor. I am a snow leopard VTuber. I'm also a grand sorceress that stopped the end of the world and put my friend Honshu on vacation. She was just here a moment ago, but that's a story for another time. We're playing TOUCHSTARVED, which is actually a visual novel game. Let me grab the Kickstarter link. The demo is free on Steam. They're actually crowdfunding currently. Their next goal is to unlock their Nintendo Switch port, and actually it's pretty fun. I've already played through it once personally, but I'm here reading along with everybody, just doing a chill stream, hanging out. If my voice lulls you to sleep, that's okay. That was actually one of my goals for today. I actually lulled one of my friends to sleep earlier in stream. It also allows me to practice my reading. I feel like I haven't done that a lot. Anyway, if you need to do any post-stream care, don't worry. I'll keep everybody safe, I promise. Oh, but I do need more water. I hope everybody is doing well. At this point, we're meeting the second potential love interest, the second route. There's like 5 main routes. This is one of them. He's actually one of my favorites. He's actually the favorite so far. I'm just going to take more screenshots, don't mind me. Zoom in. Oh, I didn't notice he had a dagger last time. Oh my god. I'm looking at these for cosplay purposes. Enhance! Exactly. New enhance. Okay, one more screenshot. Also, I think one of my friends added the art book to their Kickstarter pledge, so I might look at that when they actually get it. I'm gonna zoom back out. Huzzah. Okay. When I glance at Leander, he's drinking, as though he hadn't noticed the uproar. Only when he catches me looking does he lower his glass. Oh, for the love of... He drags a hand down his face. Hey, keep it down, will you? This is business. I tense, expecting an argument, but the outspoken bloodhounds silently return to their drinks. Only a handful continue to watch me warily. Sorry about them. Synovium's a touchy subject in these parts. Mix in enough drinks and, well, you saw. How about we continue this outside? When I give him a terse nod, he pushes away from the bar counter. I follow Leander to an alleyway tucked behind the wet wick where layers of frayed bloodhound posters have been plastered on the walls. Seeing them side by side, the resemblance between Leander and his likeness on the posters is impressive. Howard, show us the posters. First didn't send you here for help with the Synovium, did he? From the look he gives me, he already knows the answer. I glance away. No, he didn't. He suggested I find an alternative. And yet, here you are, asking about them anyway. What do you need the Synovium for? I don't want to tell him about my curse. The less people know about my capabilities, the better. Thankfully, Leander takes my reluctant silence as an answer. Well, I do see you're aware of the city's currency. Information's worth its weight in gold here. Circe told you the truth. The Synovium is dangerous. Get on their bad side and they'll imprison you if you're lucky. Torture you if you're not. Torture? My teacher never described anything like that. The Cenobium is supposed to be a place of learning, a sanctuary. The Cenobium has always been heralded as the last bastion of human knowledge, a shining beacon of hope in the world steeped in nightmare. If any place held answers, it would be the Cenobium. That's why I came here. That's what they want you to think, but things that seem too good to be true are often just that. Such a simple statement, and yet it leaves me reeling. If it's true, I staked everything on a lie, then what now? Leander cleared his throat. Oh, why do I have this on? Sorry, I was looking at his arms. But as I always say, there's solutions to every problem and alternatives to every solution. He claps his hands and turns to me with a brilliant smile. Like Circe pointed you to the bloodhounds. Let us help you, whether it's hunting soulless or finding people, or recovering stolen valuables. We can do it all, free of charge. I'm shaking my head before he's even finished his practice speech. My patience is wearing dangerously thin. Listen, I appreciate the offer, but my problem can't be solved by a group of good Samaritans. My jargon. Leander nods slowly. Then your problem must be fairly serious if the Cenobium is your first choice. You're searching for a magical solution, aren't you? When my eyes widen, he nods along as though he suspected. I'd be happy to help you out. That is, if you tell me what ails you. Leander might not work for the Cenobium, but if his show was any indication, then he's even stronger than the mage who raised me. He couldn't do anything about my curse. Maybe. I'm silent, plagued by indecision. I don't know if I can trust him, but it's not like I had any other alternatives. I hate to admit it, but this could be my only path forward. My confession comes out in a pained whisper. I'm cursed. Cursed? Oh, now I'm very curious. What kind of curse? Something ancestral or more recent? He looks me up and down, taking in my face, eyes, and finally, my hands. It's your hands, isn't it? I wait until I'm certain my voice will remain steady before answering. My touch is dangerous. It changes people. Hurts them. Before I even finished, Leander begins taking his gloves off. He tugs his left hand free and flexes his fingers. Does he actually take off the... Dang it! He doesn't. He offers me his hand and a prismatic flash of magic ripples across his palm. An enchantment for protection. But I'm already shrinking backwards. I can't. I don't care how confident Leander is. I can't bring myself to hurt him. I just met him. To see his kind face twist into a mask of madness. Believe me, this isn't an ordinary curse. I'll be fine. Perhaps where you came from, your affliction was strange and one of a kind. But spend a year in this city, you'll see thousands of curses and thrice as many cures. Do you really think Circe would send you here if I couldn't handle it? How should I know? I only met him today. I'm as good as any mage in the Cenobium, better even. If they can help, so can I. You don't know what you're asking me. I'm asking you to trust me. Ah! Okay, hold on. Pause. The whole "do you trust me" is very Aladdin. Anytime I see that variation of that scene from like the original Aladdin movie and the 2019 Aladdin movie with like Naomi Scott and Mena Massoud, I'm just like, God damn it, get me. That's my trope. Put those lines in any story and I'm sold. Put those lines in any story. I look from Leander's outstretched hand into his confident smile, and with a short breath, I begin unwinding the bandages from my hand. Fine, but if you lose control, Don't say I didn't warn you. You can tie me up first if that makes you feel better. He's really confident saying that, isn't he? With each joint I expose, I grow more and more certain this is a terrible idea. Ready when you are. If he's bothered by the way my hands look, he doesn't show it. My fingers hover shakily over his palm. 3, 2, 1. I tap his palm once, as quickly as possible. It's barely more than a brush, but that's ever all it takes. Then I look at his face, expecting the worst. Leander only grins. See? This can't be. This time when I reach out to touch Leander's palm again, he catches my wrist before I can pull away. I told you, there's nothing to really worry about. It trails off and my thumb brushes the soft skin of his inner wrist. I search Leander's face for traces of madness, but his eyes remain a clear, soft green. Wait, that's his blushing? It's cute. Enhance. There we go. Color rises in his cheeks, but he remains still, except for the subtle bobbing of his throat. Neither of us speak as I trace the contours of Leander's palm, lost in an awareness I wasn't prepared for. I've been with other people, kissed them, been embraced by them, and more, but not like this. My fingers, long deprived by years of bandaging, pick up every single detail. The grooves of his palms, the smooth shell of his nails, the pulse of his heart. For as long as I've lived, I've never been able to hold someone's hand, not without dire consequences. I never realized what I was missing until this moment. While Leander's pulse is steady, mine is hammering as fear gives way to excitement. Which one? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna drink some water. As I've been talking, I've read through that whole thing. Hold on. 1 or 2? Oh god. I don't know which one I want to pick. I do not know. Wait, I'm gonna save. Overwrite save slot. Okay. Okay, if I let go, I draw my hand back and take a steadying breath. My head feels as though it is stuffed with cotton. Habit alone guides me through the motions of rewrapping my hand, although my fingers tremble too much for the bandages to lie flat. I can't believe that worked. May I ask your name? No, I don't like that one. We're going back! Thank God. My hand glides over Leander's wrist, up his forearm where smooth skin abruptly gives way to this raised scar by the edge of his sleeve. It matches the one that runs from his collar to his cheekbone. Could it be the same wound? I glance at Leander's face. His lips part as he considers his words before speaking. Am I the first person you've been able to touch like this? My hand goes still on his arm. So far. I admit, your touch does make it somewhat difficult to stay level-headed, but not due to your power. He takes my hand. His soft green eyes flick to mine as he turns it to inspect the gold fissures crisscrossing my knuckles. Look, we match. He points at a gold pin on his coat collar and I give him a small smile. I draw my hand back and take a steadying breath. My head feels as though it's stuffed in cotton. Habit alone guides me through the motions of rewrapping my hand, although my fingers tremble too much from the bandages to lie flat. can't believe that worked. May I ask your name? I'm Circe. You were right to hide this from me, Circe. That curse of yours, it's unlike anything I've dealt with. I can tell you you're discreet, but you best not go showing that off to anyone else. I didn't plan on it. Are you staying in Lowtown? I pause. Room and board was something I hadn't yet considered. I don't know. Let's get you properly settled then. The Wekwit is noticeably quiet. Without their leader, most of the bloodhounds have dispersed, or in a few cases fallen asleep beside their drinks. Got any rooms left, or did my lot grab them all to sleep it off? The bartender, who I now realize doubles as an innkeeper, slides a key onto the counter. You know I always keep the corner room open for your escapades. Escapades! Leander's laugh sounds slightly strained, and I always appreciate it, but you're mistaken. This is for my friend Circe. Sure, stay as long as you like. You two have fun. Escapades, huh? Leander clears his throat and holds the key out to me. I hesitate. My coin purse barely holds enough for a day's worth of meals, let alone a room. How much do I owe you? Nothing. Bloodhound rates. My treat, since you shared your secret. Food, drink, a warm bed, anything you need. Carefully, I take the key from him. It's small, but weighs heavy in my palm. I never expected to have a warm bed in Iridia, let alone free meals. Thank you. Go explore, Circe. You'll find many roads in Iridia, each leading to different answers. But if you need reprieve from what haunts you, come find me. Just be careful. I nod, taking one look at the gleaming bronze key before tucking it into the pocket of my cloak for safekeeping. Leander gives me one last friendly wave before I depart. Okay, I am going to take a quick 5-minute break. And then save here. Quick 5. Oh, I need to get up and stretch. So, be right back in 5 minutes. Okay, I have returned. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, no, no. Hi, Leander. Also, have a good night, Hove TV. Okay. The air clings, sodden and heavy. Without the morning crowd, the sunless streets look barren and bleak. Even the peddlers are gone. Only a pair of crows remain, quibbling over stale crusts in a gutter. I feel a ridiculous pang of envy. At least they've got reasons to fight. I've never felt so lost. Circe and Leander have both made it clear the cenobium can't be trusted, but I came so far and endured so much. I need to see the cenobium for myself, if only to satisfy my curiosity. I should have had someone at the bar asked someone at the bar for directions before leaving. I'm about to turn back when a shadow passes over me. A cloud, I think a puff of hot air tickles the back of my neck. The shadow runs down the street in rivulets. Formless dark spreads like ink into blotted shapes. Claws stretch, a muzzle splits open to reveal a long, jagged teeth. A growl rumbles so low I can feel it. I want to run, to scream. I feel trapped, as though the slightest movement or a single breath will snap with the jaws around me tight. No, I won't let it end like this. If I'm going to die, I want to see what got me first. I'll steel myself and then turn. The shadow vanishes as quickly as it came. I'm left standing in the middle of the street, alone except for the figure reclining in the shade of a nearby stoop. A monster. That much is clear from a glance. One that could nearly be mistaken for a human if not for the tufted ears and curled around its ankles, or the dust pink eyes with pupils that sharpen like needles when they fall on me. Our eyes meet and the monster uncrosses his long legs. The hair gleams a shade of red that resembles an unsettling of blood where it curls around his collared throat. Jumpy, aren't you? Its tone is so light and carefree that I glance over my shoulder to make sure he's speaking to me. I look back and the stranger props his chin on his knuckle and regards me with an inscrutable small smile. You do? I hit the wrong thing. I'm not ending stream. That's so scuffed. Oh my god. Didn't you see that shadow just now? It moved like a beast. Even as I speak, I'm aware of how ridiculous I must sound, but the stranger's smile doesn't falter. The only beasts I've seen are the Wicks drooling regulars, though this did catch my eye. Oh my god, that is. So you can take the... Okay. He has my key! With a flourish of his hand, my in-room key appears dangling from his finger. It turns on its chain, glittering when it catches light. My hands fly to my cloak's pockets, and sure enough, I find them flat. It crooks his finger, beckoning. I've already taken 2 steps forward when some stifled instinct stops me. Something feels wrong. I'm on the edge, thrumming with so much adrenaline that the stranger's shadow flickers at the edge of my vision. I always attract the worst kind of attention, but I can't get rattled now. Where did you find it? How did you even find it? The key, I mean. What can I say? A sucker for shiny things. He smiles wide to reveal pointed canines. I saw you drop it. You should really be more careful. A city like this and someone might take advantage. A bald-faced lie without a hint of irony. I can't figure out how he picked my pockets under my nose, but I'm certain he took my key and I need it back. Casey, hello! Give me a shout out. What were you up to, Casey? Everybody, you should follow Casey. Casey's my live 2D parent. She did the art and the rigging. Yeah. How are you? Have you played TOUCHSTARVED yet? Does this dark romance horror visual novel interest you at all? Thank you. I'm animating some emotes right now, actually. But no, I haven't played it. I've seen plenty about it, though. Oh my gosh. I love it. It's nice. Look at this art. And then actually, if you... I'm not sure if this is the character that Han was like, oh my god. I was watching Han play this. And we were like, huh? Hi. And then I just learned you can actually take away the text box by hitting the space bar. So I've been taking screenshots of Leander, the previous love interest character that we saw. And today we're just reading. I actually found that out this playthrough. I played it once before, but I'm trying to get different dialogue options this time around. And then I realized, oh, you can hit spacebar, but for controller, I think it's different. I have to check what it is on controller. Yeah, this is the fox character, I think. Can't remember his name. I approached the man careful to keep an arm's length away. He doesn't look dangerous, but the most deadly ones never do. So feel free to hang out, chillax. I'm just really reading through the whole thing, or as much of it as I can in the next couple hours. Oh, I took the spacebar away. The stranger's chain softly clinks with the tilt of his head, his ears flicked. Keeping your distance? I'd be stupid to trust you. And you think I stole your dinky little key, all the way from over here? He gives an exaggerated sigh. I'm good with my hands, but not that good. Do I really look like a common thief to you? With this face, yes. He's got me there. No, you do look like a common thief. The sheer fabric of his sleeves alone would be too expensive for most street thieves. Hell, his shoes look like they cost more than I spent traveling here. He could just be a well-dressed thief, okay? Don't believe him. And there's a shop behind him, no matter. The city, parted pink curtains only ever mean one thing. I'm not looking to buy. I doubt I could even afford your services anyway. Luckily for you, I don't charge. The man runs the tip of his tongue over a fang, and it's the first time I stepped into that shadow that I felt something other than dread. My face grows hot. That's not what I meant. I'm flattered, really. If sex were my trade, I would make an exception for you. What about a half off for a handy... Or you could just hand over my key. Ask nicely, I might even let you tug on my tail. Just throw it here. For some spindly little street urchin to snatch it and run? He raises my key and tilts his head so he can watch it dangle back and forth. I suppose you could claim your room. I could just claim your room for myself. Not that I'd be caught dead slumming in the wick for the rest of those slack-jawed imbeciles. But you're obviously not from around here, so tell me, traveler, what misfortune brought you to this wretched place? His voice practically drips with disseration. This, whatever that word is. I'm not telling you anything. What could have possibly drawn you to this dreary pig pen? I wonder. He listlessly watches the arc of my key swinging around his finger. The weather's shit, the food's struck. There's entirely too many monsters for a human to feel safe. Unless... Dagger-sharp eyes flick towards me and they gleam with amusement. Unless you're just dying to consort with monsters. By now my embarrassment has worn away, leaving simmering impatience in its place. If this is a shakedown, it's the most frustrating one I've heard of. Turn him down. Are you done, or did you plan on flirting with me until the night falls? He touches his chest and mock affront. You wound me. How could you be so immune to my charms? I'm immune to your charms because Leander found me first. You're about as charming as an ox and half as subtle. I suggest you go practice your seduction on someone else instead. This earns me a burst of breathy laughter. How about you teach me the ropes? Show me a thing or two. The more he flirts, the more convinced I become that this is some kind of trap. No matter how innocent monsters look, they always have tricks up their sleeves. And something tells me this one's more dangerous than he lets on, even if he has a lovely laugh. I don't know what you want or why you're messing with me. I'm not coming any closer until I know you aren't going to attack or bite. I won't bite hard unless you beg me. No matter what I say, he finds a way to twist my words into innuendo. Even when I'm silent, he goes on as if we're having a conversation, not a standoff. Do you like dancing? There's a traveling troupe performing in Hightown tonight. Their lutist is utterly exquisite. Truly a performance to die for. There's life in this dreary place. Dreadful place, if you know where to look. You sound like you know the city well. The man's gaze flickers from me to the key dangling around his finger. Naturally. This jump was a little bit more than a miserable little smear when I first arrived. Hightown, Lowtown, I know the Iridia like the back of my hand. What about the Cenobium? You know where that is? His smile vanishes. Surely you've seen it, that absurdly large tower looming over the rest? It's a little hard to miss. You must mean that spire I noticed when I first caught sight of Iridia. The Cenobium's overrated. Forget about it. I can show you things those stuffy boars in their limp dick tower couldn't even dream of. I've already got plans. Oh? Have you some pressing matters at the Cenobium? Lunch dates with the librarians? Tea time with the most esteemed abbess? That's my business, and what's it matter to you? I square my shoulders and amusement bleeds out of him. Your loss. The stranger, finally bored of his tedious game, extends his hand towards me. The key rests in his palm, neatly dividing skin and leather. When he makes no other move, I reach for the key, but as soon as my fingers graze smooth brass, his hand springs shut around my elbow. Hey! He yanks me down and I stagger, my soul slipping on the steps. For a sick moment, I fear my bandages will unravel under his touch, but he's careful not to disturb them, even though his fingers dig into my arm. I knew I smelled blood. You reek of death and the road. And that fucking doctor! His voice, once silken, lowers to a smoky growl. The shadows around him seethe and boil as he pulls me closer. And something else. He murmurs against my throat, nose grazing my jaw. Let go! I try to twist away, but he doesn't budge. Breath trails down my neck, sending a thrill of dread through me. And as I fear he'll bite, he takes another deep whiff instead. His wide, flat eyes gleam with naked hunger as he gazes up at me. Not quite human, not quite monster. It seems we're both... there! The stranger's ears flatten and he releases me with a short breath. I yank my arm back, massaging where his grip left grooves in the bandage. The stranger twists around to watch a woman duck from under the curtains behind him. The Cenobium uniform is nearly identical to the one my mentor kept tucked away in her closet. I leave you for what, all of 10 minutes and you're making trouble again. Will you quit harassing the tourists? The stranger, there, I take it, rolls his eyes and flashes the cleric a withering smile. So suspicious. Can't you see this is a friend of mine? Natural liar. He grins at me, his tail swishes minutely. The woman purses her lips at me, clearly unconvinced. I open my mouth to correct him, but Vera cuts in. I was graciously offering my dear friend some free advice. Though his voice remains light and cheerful, his expression darkens. Danger's drawn to you like a moth to a flame. It will always find you in given time. The woman clicks her tongue as if she's heard this recital 102 times. Word of advice, don't take free advice from lazy foxes lounging in streets. This crook would sell water to a drowning man for the sheer enjoyment of it. She shrugs, with a wilting look from Vare. Oh please, any friend of yours knows it's true. Now hold still. Vare rises gracefully at her approaches. He pushes his hair aside so it drapes over one shoulder, exposing the long line of his neck. Suddenly it dawns on me the jingling I heard earlier wasn't coming from the harness from his collar, but a leash. Heavy iron chain wound around a hitching post and padlocked to the back of his collar. Vare posed deliberately to hide the leash from me. The woman produces a key ring from her pocket. She rifles through a dozen identical keys before selecting one and slotting it into the lock. Come on, unless your friend's tagging along for our merry little soulless hunt. We're hunting Solus inside the city? Words momentarily fail me. The woman regards me in a polite, if tight, smile before marching down the stairs. Ver lingers. He stretches his arms over his head with a yawn, and I try not to stare at the way his stomach flattens when he arches his back. Stop looking. He's weird. Your secret's safe with me. Try to not get yourself killed, hmm? He falls under the I can fix him. He hops over the stoop and bounds after the woman. His tail sways merrily as though he hadn't just lied and threatened me. Did you try that thing I mentioned, the Levantian knot? That one where you take 3 fingers and actually don't tell me. Knowing you, it's disgusting. Air's very laughter echoes down the street. It's only after he and the cleric vanished from sight that I realize I'm missing something. Wait. Reflexively, I shove my hands into my pockets and find it, the room key. I pull it out of my pocket and raise it to light just to be sure. A nagging feeling distracts from my relief. I don't know what Ver's game was or what he wanted from me. All I know is that the Cenobium saw fit to leash him, a fate that I could share, if that's what his vague warning meant. I let my eyes gaze past the lanterns, gently swaying in the breeze to the Cenobium faintly visible through the haze. Julieta! Oh my god! Wait! The vampire rabbit! Hello! Hello, Yuli! Oh my god, wait! What were you up to? Who's your favorite in this game? Oh my god, hi! Hello, everybody! If you hear from Julieta's stream, hi, I'm Circe Castor. You can also call me Reisna. I'm a Snow Leopard VTuber. I also play a lot of other RPG games. I usually play Final Fantasy XIV, other Final Fantasy titles. I also play retro PS1 and PS2 games as well on this channel. And oh my gosh, bestie, I love Leander. He's so good. I love him. Leander! Oh my god, you, me, and Kieran. You, me, and Kieran, we're Team Leander. Team Leander. Okay, wait. Just for you. Hold on, just for you. Wait. We're sorry, chat. We're gonna go back. Wait, I saved right. Okay, hold on. Turn. Load. Okay. We're going back for a little bit. We're gonna go back to the I saved it! Oh my god, wait. While Leander's pulse is steady, mine is hammering as fear gives way to excitement. Just for you. We're gonna read through this again. My hand glides over Leander's wrist and up his forearm, where smooth skin abruptly gives way to the raised scar by the edge of his sleeve. It matches the wound. Matches the one that runs from his collar to his cheekbone. Could it be the same wound? I glance at Leander's face. His lips part as he considers his words before speaking. Am I the first person you've been able to touch like this? My hand goes still on his arm. So far. I admit, your touch makes it somewhat difficult to stay level-headed, but not due to your power. He takes my hand. His soft green eyes flick to mine before he turns it to inspect the gold fissures crisscrossing my knuckles. Look, we match. He points at a golden pin at on his coat collar, and I give him a small smile. I draw my hand back and take a steadying breath. My head feels as though it's stuffed with cotton. Habit alone guides me through the motions of wrapping my hand, although my fingers tremble too much for the bandages to lie flat. I can't believe that worked. May I ask your name? I'm Circe. You're right to hide this from me. Hi, Kieran. So I was actually further ahead, but Julieta came and she told me she loves Leander, so we're here reading Leander's part. So Team Leander, rise up. Team Leander, rise up. What is no? A circus? Excuse me. You know what? I need to get another a docu cover. Do you think they'll ever release docu covers? If not, someone should make them. I can tell you're discreet, but you best not go showing that off to anyone else. I didn't plan on it. Are you staying in Lowtown? I paused. Ribbon board wasn't something I had considered yet. I don't know. Let's get you properly settled then. The Wickwit is noticeably quieter. Without their leader, the bloodhounds have dispersed, or in a few cases have fallen asleep beside their drinks. Got any rooms left, or did my lot grab them to sleep it all off? The bartender, who I now realize doubles as an innkeep, slides a key onto the counter. I can read it, promise. You know, I always keep a corner. I messed up that line. You know, I always keep the corner room open for your escapades. Leander's laugh sounds slightly strained. And I always appreciate it, but you're mistaken. This is for my friend Circe. Sure, stay as long as you like. You two have fun. Escapades. Huh? Leander clears his throat, then holds the key out to me. I hesitate. My coin purse barely holds enough. For days worth of meals, blah 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 blah. Now we go back to where I was. We just met Vare. But yes, boyfriend pillow. They should consider a boyfriend pillow. But how was stream? What were you up to? Were you making art? Were you playing games? Were you also playing TOUCHSTARVED? What were you up to? Also, oh, that emote is so cute. That's so cute. Today's a very chill day. You were playing Genshin? I don't really play Genshin, but like I recognize some of the characters. Who do you main in Genshin? Who's your favorite? Or are your mains different from your favorites? Sometimes that happens. Yeah. Getting supplies. Oh, okay. Hot men incoming. I see. Yeah, I almost got back into it because what was his name? Al Hatham. I don't know how to pronounce his name properly. He's got like the Crom arms thing going. My main is Diluc, but he's not my favorite. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so I saw a picture of him because my friend was like, oh yeah, these new Genshin characters are coming out. And then I see a picture of him and I'm like, oh, arms. There's a specific pipeline. There was Fire Emblem Crom, and then there's Graha Tia. The Graha Tia to Crom to Graha Tiam is like, it's the arm thing. Oh, okay, yeah. I knew Zhongli. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing. The Z is like a J sound. Is daddy of all time, but Hytham is very good. Until I don't really play Genshin because my pronunciation's all over the place. So correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, I've heard. I was actually told that those two would be the characters that I most likely would play if I played Genshin. I pulled, what was it? I pulled Wander, like 5-star Wander, like the first time first 1 to 2 times I played Genshin and then never went back. It's okay, I do Genshin and my pronunciation is still whack. Yeah, I'm always like looking up videos before I like say, like I try to like say their names. I'm like, okay, how are these names properly pronounced? Hello? Always like YouTube videos. Oh no, oh my god. My phone's Google Assistant tried activating when I said Genshin name pronunciations. Is the taste most people who like one like both? Okay, hold on. I need to disappear real quick. 1 sec. Bye. I am embarrassed. Bye. Oh no. Oh no. What do you mean they like both? What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh man. Oh man. Do you have a second favorite here in TouchStarve, or is it just straight up Leander? Circe was actually going to be the person that I really liked because I liked Circe's design, and then I met Leander and I'm like, oh no, you're the top favorite. Oh, okay, we're about to meet. They put a pronunciation guide for their names. I really like good guy and really trashy man. I didn't know that Ice was considered trashy man. I didn't know that. It's easy enough to follow the sluggish river that splits Iridia in two. The colossal bridge arches over the dark water below. I cross quickly I can, climbing ever uphill towards the distant tower. Hours later, eggs? What? Eggs? Legs aching. Sweat beading on my forehead. I finally something that I was looking for. I get to where I'm looking for, yeah. Synovium of the luminous void. It stands at the highest point of Iridia, surrounded by cold white walls and well-dressed people stroll along the walkways, paying no attention to the massive tower in their midst. He's weirdly nice, but also mean. He's like junk food, and Leander is food that's nutritious and good for me. Leander is the person you would bring home to your parents. He's like... I had a relay... Hold on. I had a realization. Hold on. I'm pretty sure this would bring Kieran back, but like Leander, me saying Leander is the person you would bring home to your parents is like saying it's equivalent to like bringing Emmerich to your Final Fantasy XIV parents. Leander is just Emmerich. I'm leaving! Bye, Kieran. Don't slam the door on your way out. And can you bring Boba when you come back? Bring Boba, thanks, love you. And Jollibee, I think they're still open. Oh, I killed him. I killed Kieran. Emmerich Wood Tower over my parents. Hi, Crimson. How are you? We have just came to the realization that Leander... Okay, everybody, Kieran's just joking. Kieran's joking. This is we do this. He and I do this all the time. I'm not the only one standing before I'm the only one standing before the gates. I crane my neck up and up until the top of the Synovium Tower disappears overhead. I hope you're Hold on, can someone... I need to commission someone to do this now. I hope your computer works, be nice to it. Please. Have a good stream. I have to get ready for bed. I hope you enjoy the rest of the game. Thank you. I need to actually get his ending. Like, I don't think I got the ending you were talking about, so I'm gonna try to get it. Leander Nation, rise up! His ending is so worth. Okay, I need to get it before the end of stream today. The gates are so heavily enchanted that even standing near it sets my teeth on edge. Alchemically reinforced locks and invisible sigils of alarm and who knows what else. Knocking seems like a terrible idea, but I don't see any other way of making my presence known. I'm halfway up the steps when something moves in my peripheral vision. A shadowy figure crouches beneath the white walls. They reach out and tug on a vine as if testing its strength. Oi, you there! The shadow vanishes as quickly as I spot it, and the gaunt-faced man in a crisp charcoal uniform marches up to the steps in front of me. Ugh, another tourist. Get out of here once you're done gawking. A dismissive wave accompanies his equally dismissive words. He turns on his heel without even waiting for an answer from me. I look back where I saw the intruder, but there's nothing. Just leaves blowing gently in a cool... I step away from the gates, hopelessness washing over me. Hello. Is it me you're looking? A whisper. So close I can feel the warm brush of breath on my skin. I instinctively jerk away, but there's no one beside me. Halfway down a staircase, I spot a woman swaying in the breeze. She's gaunt as a rail, her blouse moth-eaten. I'm unable to take my eyes off her, not because of the way she smiles a little too wildly or the way her tousled braids look unbrushed for days. It's because her eyes shine a vibrant, unnatural crimson. I'm both entranced and unsettled by their subtle glow. These days you'll need a miracle to get in there. I'm unsure how to respond, or even if I should. Say nothing. That's a great color. Hello! Welcome! Hello, Thunderfist97. Hello, thank you for the raid. Luckily for you, I have miracles for free. I don't trust that. I don't trust that at all. Whatever she's selling, I'm not interested. My words come out in a tired breath. No thanks. I start down the stairs. She abruptly steps into my path. She turns her back to me, and before I can react, she slips her fingers under the lacing of her collar, stripping out of her blouse in broad daylight. Holy shit. What are you doing? The warm fabric unveils bare skin. My panic is smoothed by cold horror. A misshapen sunken scar curves into the woman's body. Pitted and gnarled skin snakes up down her shoulders, blooming from a gaping hole in the back of her neck. Shuddering breath escapes me. Look? By the looks of it, the disease that afflicted the woman ate away at her spine, leaving her a hollowed vertebrae at the back of her neck. I will read chat in a second. How is she able to move, breathe? It's impossible. She shouldn't be alive. The power to cure anything could be yours. The power of the sea spring. The weirdest sales pitch ever. Agreed. Absolutely agreed. Also, Thunderfist, thank you for the follow. How did you find me? Also, hello, my name is Reisna. I'm a Snow Leopard VTuber. I play games like Final Fantasy XIV, other Final Fantasy games, and other retro PlayStation 2 games. Huzzah! I'm currently playing TOUCHSTARVED. I know. It's the weirdest sales pitch ever. I'm like halfway through, a little bit over halfway through the demo, Crimson. I went back to show the character that I like. We'll see him again near the ending of the demo. Yeah! My pleasure. I saw you on the Warriors of Light page and wanted to meet another member of the team. Welcome, Thunderfist! What Final Fantasy games do you play? Do you play Final Fantasy XIV, the critically acclaimed MMO, or have you played the Pixel remasters, or just other RPGs in general? And nice to meet you. Hope to see you around. Thanks for coming to hang out with us. Oh, cool! You're playing Final Fantasy? Okay, Final Fantasy XIV, nice. What server do you play on? What data center? You've played 1 through 7, 10, and 15. Oh my gosh, yeah. Nice. And Tactics, nice! I actually have a physical copy of Final Fantasy Tactics for the PS1. I hope to play that at some point this year. You're on Primal? Nice! North American data centers, rise up! Oh, I don't... Oh, you have that one? Okay. That's the one I don't have. Lamia server, nice! I am on Aether Cactar. Final Fantasy XIV players, rise up! Woohoo! what job class do you play? Do you play a tank, healer, DPS? I used to be a scholar, a healer, then I went dancer when Shadowbringers came out. I was like, no more responsibility. I want to dance. Alright, but oh shoot. I keep forgetting the controls to go backwards on this game. Is the scroll up. So let me actually give you a shout out as well. Huzzah! There you go. Paladin primarily, but I've dabbled a lot of classes. People die when Circe dances. When will she stop dancing? I don't know, Sami. I don't know. The one slides back up her bust and laces it deftly. If I caught your interest, follow me. It's only a short walk away. This lady gave me a weird sales pitch and then tells me to go outside the city. And says it's a short walk. It is not a short walk. Without another glance, she leisurely strolls down the cenobium stairs, loose braids bobbing behind her. Edge of her scarf peeks from under her collar. I stand there, wordless, until I manage to regain my bearings. It's a twisted miracle. This could be the stupidest decision of my life, but what choice do I have? I take a final look at the cenobium shut gates and I follow her down the steps. I really do appreciate the writing in visual novels where it's just like, oh man, this decision's questionable, but I'm gonna roll with it. I love things like that. In some of the self-indulgent things I read. Thaumaturge, Conjurer, Carpenter, Lancer. Okay, so you do dabble in Disciple of Hand and Disciple of Magic / War. Nice. But the Crimson Eye woman takes me further and further still until I'm met with an all too familiar sight. Outside the city. My gut lurches when I face the open horizon. The city's outskirts are hardly recognizable in daylight and probably safer for it. But venturing beyond Iridia's walls is a gamble I wasn't prepared for. Keep going straight and the sea spring will reveal itself to you. I bark with bitter laughter, loud and involuntary. This is a setup. Hands up. This has to be set up. As soon as I step out there, some of your friends will ambush and mug me. If I wanted something from you, I would already have it. She says so lightly. I almost believe her. She looks... I almost believe her, even if she looks as physically capable as a toothpick. You're safe inside the city as outside of it. Truthfully, the territory is, before you, is the safest of all. What do you mean, territory? I hate to raid and run, but I work early in the morning. Have a good stream, and I look forward to stopping by again. Thank you, Thunderfist. Thank you for dropping by. Have a good day at work tomorrow. Good luck. Best of luck. See you around. Bye. Have a good one, okay? Thank you. Thank you again for the raid. This region belongs to Ice. Most people know of him as a gang leader, but he's much more than that. I don't know. I don't see why she's tagged as Red-Eyed Woman when the text clearly marks her as a Crimson Eye. This is Crimson Erition. I'm sorry, Crimson. Just for you, I'll call her the Crimson-Eyed Woman. Just for you. Hold on. We'll go back. Crimson-Eyed Woman. You're safe inside the city as outside it. Truthfully, the territory before you is the safest of all. What do you mean, territory? Crimson-Eyed Woman says again. This region belongs to Ice. Most people know of him as a gang leader, but he's much more than that. I squint against the empty wastelands. Only a fool or someone with nothing to lose would leave the city. Apparently, I am both. But if the sea spring cured her, I need to see what it can do for me. I set off into the waste. Over my shoulder, the woman calls for me. Good luck, Circe! I hope we meet again! My heart pounds with each step I take from civilization. But for what seems like an eternity, I force each foot forward, one step, then another, until a realization hits me. I never told the Crimson-Eyed Woman my... Dun dun dun! This region belongs to ice. It's ice water. That was a good one. Something pierces the horizon ahead of me. A building nestled in a tall cliffside, so stark and out of place that it might as well be a hallucination. It drips with extravagant and honeyed mahogany, an ornate jewel of architecture. A row of dark silhouettes stand out in the horizon, trees, I think, until I'm close enough to realize what I mistook for branches were spikes and jutting tendrils. Soulless, several of them watch me in the distance like statues. I don't think, I just run, exploding into a messy sprint. I push my legs as fast as they'll take me towards the decorated building. Flashes of last night chase me, the gushes of blood and screams and death, the smell of burning flesh and sour bile. I can't go through that again. I won't. The next thing I know, I'm dashing up wooden stairs and crashing through towering double doors. I gasp for air, lungs burning from exertion. I'm desperate to be safe, but when I process my surroundings, it's more hellscape than sanctuary. Blood flows around me, overwhelming my vision with a lurid, unholy red. Instinctively, my hand leaps to my mouth, but the rotten stench of blood never comes. Instead, a smoky scent hangs in the air, sharp and spiced. I swallow thickly, convinced that it's not as gruesome as it appears. This has to be the Sea Spring, a place that grants miracles. Pulling my eyes away from the pool, I take in the rest of my environment. Tall pillars flank me, blanketed in written notes. Seating pillows scatter the floor. A rustic kettle sits nearby. Someone must live here, despite how eerie empty it is. Hello? Is anyone here? Maybe it's ethically sourced blood. Maybe. Mayhaps. Vampires. You think vampires would take ethically sourced blood? Contrary to popular vampire media. Oh wait, that's just Twilight, isn't it? I approach the paper-covered pillars. Maybe something here can tell me more. I reach for the closest one. I reach for the note in front of me. It reads, "Dear Mother, don't cry for me. I'm sorry I didn't say goodbye, but we'll meet again in another life. I love you very much. From Iris. Yes, if you ever see me, never speak to me again." It's written in perfect cursive. I've never seen such beautiful handwriting. Before I can ponder it further, a sharp chill runs down my spine. Something is watching me. I quickly set the note back, my eyes darting around the wooden deck, but it's empty, vacant. Finally, I look towards the Sea Spring. The stillness hides something deeper. Something wrong. Hey. I spin around and come face to face with a pack of soulless. They chitter and growl, tendrils and spikes flaring threateningly. All different sizes and species, but sharing one identical trait. Glowing crimson eyes. They just post banner ads on Facebook. Do you have too much blood? Click here to learn more about ethically sourced blood. I try to back away, but my heel tethers over the Sea Spring. I'm cornered. Watch your step, it's deeper than it looks. That voice again. At the sound of it, the soulless freeze, their snarls quieting. Oh, hello. Chest. I search for the voice's source and find it above me, lounging in the rafters. You look lost, little sparrow. His gaze a violent crimson, one that sears through me, leaves me feeling raw and exposed. They're the same eyes I've seen over and over. First with a scarred woman, now with a soulless circling me, all bound by the Sea Spring's blood red. Sea Spring's crimson. Wait, hold on. These aren't his, are they? I never noticed this. In the shroud of darkness behind him, shapes like massive tentacles twist and coil up around the wooden beams. Does this belong to the soulless or does that belong to you? I can't focus. The soulless growling ring in my ear. They're not advancing, but they could change at any second. Panic rises in my throat as I struggle to track them. Hey! Eyes on me. My stomach rolls as I tear my eyes away from the soulless. Don't ignore someone who's talking to you. It's not polite. For a moment, anger knocks my fear aside. Who is this bastard? I'm distracted. I'm kind of distracted by the soulless about to maul me. Only on my command. I scan the soulless again. They really aren't attacking, more like posturing more than anything. You tamed them? Power of the sea spring. They're hungry, so they might bite. You could give me a reason to stop them. How about I didn't do anything wrong? Trespassing. And that's punishable by death? He gives a non-committal shrug. I called out earlier to see if anyone was here. Were we supposed to play hide and seek? Didn't hear you. My voice stops in my throat. The man's terse coolness is both infuriating and terrifying. I wreck my brain for a way to diffuse the situation. I need help. Fine, I need help. I thought the sea spring could cure me. Somehow. My voice wavers pathetically. Honesty has never been my strong suit. Every time you say soulless, my RPG rotted brain hears soulless. Soulless. I'm sorry. He cants his head to the side, appraising me, but doesn't respond. I fidget nervously. I'm telling you, I came here for help. Are you listening? Your hands. Alarm jolts through me. I hide my hands under my cloak. Show me. Why? Won't ask twice. With a sharp huff, I reluctantly hold out my bandaged hands. Are you getting off on this? Unwrap them. Heat rushes to my face, fire to my tongue. I should give him a piece of my mind, but not when his soulless are one command from ripping me to shreds. No matter how much I will myself to move, my body is frozen in place. I stand there for a long, agonizing minute. My hands are trembling when I finally raise them. I know skin beneath the wrappings too well. The hideous, unnatural flesh that I've grown to despise. I grip the edge of my bandages. Stop. With a weary sigh, the man slides off his beam and lands with a thud that shakes the panels underfoot. He's a monster, with an imposing figure that towers over me. I couldn't tell how tall he was before, but he's big. Illuminated by lantern light, his features are sharper, stronger, sharper. Little clinks of metal accompany each of his footsteps. The closer he gets to me, the faster my heart hitches. What does he want? Is he going to kill me? I step backwards and find nothing to set my foot on. I'd forgotten my back was to the sea spring, and I fall, right before a warm hand catches my lower back. I'm hovering above the sea spring, the scent of smoke and leather enveloping me. Blazing crimson eyes bore into mine. I told you to watch your step. I'm too stunned to muster a response. I weigh nothing. He guides me back to solid ground and steps back. Following a subtle gesture from his fingers, the soulless disperse and relax. The shift in their demeanor is so abrupt, it gives me whiplash. The enormous tentacles are no longer in the rafters, but now I doubt that I ever saw them at all. Either way, I exhale a breath of relief. Thanks. As focused on me as he was before, the monster pays no attention to me now. He kicks some seated pillows out of walkways and checks the contents of the kettle with a scowl. A sudden disregard is almost insulting. So that's it? I'm not a threat anymore? Never were one. Then why'd you threaten me? People get honest when they're afraid. In other words, he was messing with me. I dragged a hand over my face, exhausted by the fact that the second monster who provoked me today. You're ice, aren't you? Depends on who's asking. One of your friends told me this was your territory. She also said you were a gang leader. But there's no one else here. So I thought there'd be more people. He picks up the kettle and walks to the edge of the sea spring, then dumps the contents into the endless red. Yang took a walk. His pleasant smile stretches across his face, ear to ear. Then in an instant, it drops. I get the sense I shouldn't ask about his gang again. You said you came here for help. Depends. Can the sea spring cure a curse? Probably. I mean, you don't know? Nope. He shakes out the empty kettle, collapses, and starts collecting stray cups, tidying up. My frustration builds. I narrow my eyes at him in a questioning glare. When he notices it, he returns it with an amused smirk. Are you being irritating on purpose? Listen, Sparrow. The sea spring can cure anything. Nothing's stopping you from trying it yourself. What do I have to do? Drink. Have to drink from the sea spring? My eyes glide over to the blood-like pool beside us. The idea of ingesting the strange liquid makes my gut turn. It's not as if I'm adverse to elixirs or decoctions. I've had my fair share of them, but one misstep you can easily meet a fate worse than death. Collecting stray cups, that's my hobby too. Same. Is there a price? Always. He taps his temple with a finger. You lose a little bit of it. Might, that's it. Might have already beaten it to the punch. My humor earns me an amused, fanged grin. This is a little different. When you drink from the sea spring, you forget who you are. Your mind combines with everyone who's ever drank before. Humans, monsters, soulless, one big, happy family in your head. My blood runs cold. Heard of these before. Group minds. Some legends suggest independent minds can cyclically be linked together through a strong enough catalyst. It's never been done before. But something tells me this is real, even if one thing doesn't add up. Your eyes are red too, but you obviously haven't forgotten who you are. Before I can finish my sentence, Ice strides past me towards the entrance. Time's up. Let's finish this later. Wait, already? You barely told me anything. I'm on a bad day. I got somewhere to be. There's still so many questions burning on the tip of my tongue, but the frustration spills out before any of them. I was told to come here for help, but instead I get threatened and kicked out. You're joking, right? Watch your tone. I'm being nice, but you don't want to ruin the host's mood. My skin prickles. A feeling of being watched washes over me again. My eyes dart back over to the sea spring. A lone ripple dances on the quiet surface. I take Ice's advice and clamp my mouth shut. Ice approaches a nearby soulless, a lanky dog-like one with 6 legs and a crown of tundra. Several sets of crimson eyes adorn its sides. Its forked tail wags rapidly as Ice squats beside it. He runs his fingers through the tendrils, scratching its chin and pats its head. A gentle smile plays across Ice's lips. The affection he holds for the soulless is painfully clear. I zip my eyes away, my stomach fluttering at the sight of the tendrils. It's getting dark out now. This pretty girl will guide you back. Following a short whistle from Ice's lips, it trots over to the entrance, obediently tail swaying. I watch the soulless warily. Pity is not a word I would use to describe it, and the idea of it protecting me sounds absurd. If I decide to drink, how do I find you? Find someone with eyes like mine. They'll point you in the right direction. But think it over. Once you drink, you can't go back. It's a lot to process, but I give a small nod. At least I know I'll have another option for you, as disturbing as it may be. I follow the soulless at a measured distance and watch it nudge the giant doors open. I'm about to cross the threshold. I sneak one glance behind me. My heart skips when I meet Ice's eyes. I'm about to snap my head away, but he just flashes me an easy smile. Until next time, Sparrow. I'll buy you a drink for scared. I don't trust myself to do anything but respond with another curt nod. Water time. Outside, more crimson-eyed soulless scuttle about. It's hard to believe the same threatening pack from before. They chase each other in circles and roll around in the bog's mud. They pay no attention to me as the dog-like one escorts me. It's an uneventful trip. Sometimes the soulless look over its shoulder at me to make sure I'm following. Dusk darkens the sky by the time we reach the city. Soulless sits and looks at me expectantly with familiar crimson eyes. At you. As nervous as I am, I carefully glide my fingers through the soulless's tendrils and scratch beneath its like Ice had. It pushes into my palm in response, rumbling with a sound akin to a purr. Its vibrations are soothing and almost healing my fatigue. When it's satisfied, it spins away and scampers back in the direction we came, vanishing into the darkness. It's barely my first day in Iridia, and I've already encountered so many things I thought were impossible. Came to Solace being one of them. My head spins. Maybe I should call it a day. Okay, back to the inn we go. Nightfall creeps in the streets of Iridia. The city, labyrinthine, even in daytime, has become a warren of treacherous alleyways. The streets are completely deserted. If I hadn't been here earlier, I would have thought this part of the city was abandoned. I make my way over to the winding streets, doing my best to keep my bearing towards the wet lake. My steps slow when I hear rustling in the dark. I strain my ears and everything is still. Is the silence playing tricks on me? I'm imagining things. I take a deep breath and quelling an instinctive flicker of fear. I know my nerves are shot, but if I give in to paranoia and start running, I might just get lost. Measuring my breaths and steps, I forge ahead. Though I keep my eyes sharp and listen intently, there's only the sound of my own footsteps. The moments pass and nothing happens. I begin to wonder. Maybe I really did imagine that. I turn the next corner. My thoughts come to a screaming halt. My head spins, the world blurring as adrenaline rushes through my veins. One thing is clear. The Solace that attacked the caravan. It's crouched over a dark, indistinct shape, a body. A garland of intestines split from pallid flesh. Blood grouts the cobblestones for mercy. The Solace is too distracted by its meal to have noticed me. My feet feel as heavy as stones, but I can't just stand there. Holding my breath, I take a step backward. When the wet slurping sounds don't abate, I take another, and a shard of glass crunches under my heel. The world seems to slow to a crawl as the Solace raises its head, blood dripping from its tendrils, every single one of its sulphurous, bulging eyes fixed unblinkingly on me. It's really here. It's come back for me. Run! I'm off like a shot, running for my life through the darkened streets. Behind me, the piercing bay splits the silence. Heavy footfalls pound after me. My heart thunders in my chest. I take turns at random, trying to lose it in the maze of streets, but I can't seem to shake it. I can hear its breathing now, a wet, fluttering rasp, growing closer and closer. The same claws that severed my arm swipe out. I duck, saved by pure reflex, and skid around a corner. I take 3 running strides before the bottom drops out of my stomach. A wall twice as high as me bars my way, a dead end. I turn around. Solace looms on the entry of the alleyway. No longer running. It doesn't have to. As it prowls closer, my thoughts race. Some of the buildings lining the streets are lit. Some people might be inside. It's a long shot, but... Try the nearest door. I whir, grabbing at the handle of the nearest door. It turns completely. The hinge is creaking as I push. I feel a flash of hope before a weight hits the door from the other side. It slams shut. The click of the lock turning is grimly final. In this wretched world, a few people will stick their neck out to help their own flesh and blood, never mind a stranger. Solace gives a rasping hiss. It's the only warning I get before it lunges at me with a flash of claws. I hurl myself to the side, but the slick cobblestones betray. I fall, sprawling over the rough stone. As the Solace looms over me, I scramble away from it until my back hits the wall. There's nowhere left to go. It descends on me for the kill. But the impact never comes. Warily, I crack one eye open, then the other, not sure if I should believe what I'm seeing. A hooded figure crouches in front of me, one blood-stained hand outstretched. Moonlight silvers the edge of their stiletto knife, their face and hands splattered with blood, and the Solace. My eyes dart past my unexpected rescuer to the misshapen form behind them. The Solace's many eyes, once restless and vibrant, now look dull and waxy. A red pool spreads slowly from under its body. Numb with shock, I can't help but stare. It's dead. After all the people it's killed, after nearly killing me twice. I can hardly believe it. Well, Gingerly, I take the offered hand. The stranger's gaze dips to my bandages, pale lips part on the brink of a question, then close again. Would you like a free pulp of blood? That was that was definitely we need to go. Steps quicken, not a steps slow situation. With strength bellying their slight frame, they pull me to my feet. As soon as I'm on my own 2 feet again, they pull away from me and start wiping the blood from their faces. Stay there. They turn away from me stiffly, leaning over the soulless's gangly body. With their back towards me, I realize their hooded silhouette from the cenobium. I've seen you before. You were at the cenobium earlier, weren't you? They cast a wary look at me. So what if I was? Their harsh response takes me aback. Before I can formulate a response, they can... What are you thinking, traveling alone at night? This is far from the worst thing haunting Lowtown. Can't make heads or tails of them. First they save me, now they scold me? Lesson learned. I can do without the lecture. To my surprise, they break eye contact. Their attention glides back to the soulless corpse. They examine it with an inscrutable expression. I clear my throat to fill the silence. I'm Circe. Min. Suddenly, Min tenses. Their blade flashes as they dive it into the base of the soulless's skull, right between the cervical vertebrae. It thrashes once, letting out a rattling hiss as the air leaves its... Ooh. Leans the blade, driving it deeper until there's a sickening crunch and the creature goes limp. I feel like Hunter just narrowly missed being drafted into a Darkest Dungeon game. Yeah, definitely does. Must have been clinging to life on a thread. Min straightens, withdrawing their blade in a single smooth motion. Better put the wretched things out of their misery. They calmly clean the blood from their knife. They struck with surgical precision. Their quick and clean movements are familiar. Are you a scientist? Stops in mid-motion, lifting their head to stare at me. You knew exactly where to strike. Have you studied anatomy or medicine? Not quite. Why is a soulless inside of the city? Min looks at me, eyes searching before realization. You're new here. There's no walls in the city. Soulless can come and go as they please unless someone is contracted to. The cenobium's patrols don't bother to protect Lowtown, not anymore. Let me guess, you're not a fan of the cenobium. I wouldn't go that far. Their brow abruptly furrows. They sheath their knife and motioning me to follow them. It's not safe here. The vultures can smell death. Not sure what they mean, but I don't want to stay lost in this. I trail behind them until they stride down the street. If it's so dangerous, why are you helping me? I came for the bounty on that soulless. You were in the way. Not killing you isn't the same as helping you. Don't count on being so lucky again, or you'll be dead by sunrise. Your answer is stingingly harsh. I just need to find my lodgings. Alright, I get it. I'd love to get out of your way, but I'm sort of lost. I just need directions back to my lodgings. What makes you think I'll help you? Nothing, but there's no harm in asking. That catches them off guard. Their brows knit, and they look away scowling. How troublesome. Circe? I turn, surprised by the voice. Curtis walks down the street towards us. His white and gold clothing is pristine, despite the grime of the city. Hello, Min. I see that soulless was your work. Min shrugs. There's a familiarity to the way they regard each other. You know them, Curtis? Min is a freelancer who's done a few errands for me. They're quite reliable. Unreliable freelancers don't eat. The freelancer who wields a dagger like a scalpel, there must be more to that story. Circe needs to go wherever she's staying before she wanders into the jaws of another soul. Is it late? Were you able to find a place to stay? Staying at the Wetwig. Both of their faces full. I see. You're like a guide. It would be preferable to wandering about the alleyways. That would be very nice. Licks her tongue and sighs, sounding mightily put out. Going to the Amaryllis district, that gaudy cesspit? Come, this way. Despite Min's clear distaste, Curtis leads me down the street. Catching my curious glance, Min's eyes narrow. It's not safe this late. I don't care about you, but Curtis is the only doctor worth a damn in this. Are you like this with everyone? Deadpan look Min gives is concern out. I catch Curtis hiding his light. I suppress a sigh and resign myself to having a grummy shadow all the way back to the Wetwig. The route Chris takes is completely different from the slow meandering earlier in the morning. No time at all, he cuts through the darkened streets and twisting alleyway. It seems like half the city poured into the Amaryllis district's colorful streets. Laughter and clinking glasses and music assault my ears from every direction. Yet the most noise still comes from the Wetwick. Its doors hang wide open, lanterns lit. Here we are. He moves towards the door and Min lets out an audible huff. Don't tell me you're going in. I have some quick business with Leander. Ugh, fine, he still owes me from yesterday's work. They drag their feet, reluctantly trailing me into the tavern. As soon as the doors open, the sticky wave of heat rolls over me. In the hours I've left, the wick has grown suffocatingly crowded. Chris stands out, easily a head taller than most. Even so, I lose sight of him amidst the sea of swarming bodies. Pardon me, the crowd parts as though answering his request. Chris glances over his shoulder at Min and me before gliding through. How can anyone breathe in here? Min follows Chris at a clipped pace. Leander is right where I left him, though he traded places with the bartender. He's holding a pair of shot glasses filled to the brim with luminous green liquid. And now for the finishing touch. A flash of magic paints the glass white with frost. You're never gonna guess what's in these. Leander slides the glass across the bar and I get my third or fourth shots of the evening in rapid succession. Ice leans against the bar, elbow propped up on the counter. He catches the glass and lifts one to the light before turning it upside down. The contents, magically congealed, stay firmly in place. You're supposed to make drinks, pretty boy. Don't tell me you were wasted already. They are perched on the bar's counter beside Ice, takes a look at the shot glass and shakes his head. What do we have here? A bucket full of boogers? Leander's nose charger? I've eaten worse. There's lips twitch and his ears flatten as Ice offers him a glass. He turns his cheek with a sniff and Ice just snickers. Coward. Don't tell me you're actually... In one fluid motion, Ice throws back his head and downs the shot. Drinking. That... A dark look crosses I's face. It's Chewy. Chewy, wait, let me try that again. Behind me, Min grumbles. Told you this place was a nest of degenerates. If it isn't Curtis and Min. The sound of Leander's voice. Min's eyes, the pale eyes grow wide. They look ready to bolt until Curtis sets a hand on their shoulder. I promise this won't take long. Min's eyes dart from Curtis's hand and then soften. Fine, you first. As they step forward, I linger behind, struck by a sudden revelation. All the people I've met today know each other. Good evening, Leander. Ice? Another drinking competition, I presume? Oh, is it evening already? I could have sworn it was earlier. Just some friendly rivalry, Doctor. Nothing to be afraid of. Curtis acknowledges Leander and Ice with the slightest nod, ignoring Vare entirely. Not that Vare seems to mind. He tilts his head, an impish grin curves his lips as he spots Min looming silently behind Curtis. I almost didn't see you there, Min, looking for a booster seat. Min pushes back their hood. They level Vare with a cool look. I thought Ice wasn't allowed to bring his pets in here. Vare's tail gives an angry twitch. At the first sign at an impending fight, Leander vaults to clear over the counter. He slides between Ice and Curtis. Now, let's try to keep the peace. It's not every day the esteemed doctor takes us up on a drink. His arm snakes around Curtis's shoulders. You're finally taking me up on that drink, right, Curtis? I'm afraid not. We're merely escorting Circe back to her lodging. Curtis gestures in my direction, my stomach sinks. I reluctantly step into them. As soon as he sees me, Leander's face brightens. Circe, it's been too long! Everyone, this is Circe. She's new to Iridia. No 5 pairs of eyes fix onto me, and suddenly the bar feels suffocatingly small. My voice nearly catches in my throat. Hi, everyone. Again? Wait, you've already met everyone? Ice and Vare level me with subtly amused expressions. Vare's tail gives a lazy wag. We did, not that long ago either. I'm starting to suspect she's stalking me. He looks far too pleased with himself when I roll my eyes. I'll have whatever Leander's having. This calls for drinks. What does everybody want? In an instant, all eyes turn to Leander, freeing me from the burden of attention. I can't believe they all know each other. Watching them talk amongst themselves feels surreal. For the first time since I undertook the journey to Iridia, I feel a faint glimmer of hope. I know I was meant to meet them. The low, pleasant rumble of Leander's laughter pulls me from my restless thoughts. Right here. Ha! Well, color me surprised. You make friends fast, Circe. You wouldn't go that far. We're acquaintances? Wise man said acquaintances are merely friends you haven't shared a drink with. Wise man, you said that here. Last week. I can hear Min's lip curl with distaste from across the bar. How can you hear that? That's not something you can hear. Leander clears his throat and continues, unperturbed. Let's toast to Circe's health. Care to join in, Doctor? Circe politely declines with a wave of the back of his hand. How about you, Min? No. Are you? No. Resounding pop pierces at the din of the bar. We turn in the direction of the noise. Bear looks almost bashful as he accepts an overflowing food from the bartender. Poured from a bottle so old the label has worn blank. They serve champagne here since when? Bear pauses in the middle of licking champagne foam from his fingers with a coy smile. You don't mind, do you? In a transformation so impressive as this magic trick, the concern on Leander's face vanishes. He laughs softly. Don't be my guest. I know you have expensive taste. Hi, Rose! He shoots the bartender a frantic look. Unbothered or uninterested in his company, Ice cants his head at me, a light smile on his lips. How about you, Sparrow? I did say I'd buy you a drink earlier. No, my treat. Ice regards Leander over the lip of his glass. In the dim light, the glint in his crimson eyes look downright deep. What'll be? I'll take that drink. Is this the full game or is this still the trial? This is the trial. This is literally still the trial. Wait, Elidibus, Emmerich, Thancred. Oh my god, no! Elidibus, Emmerich, Thancred, Estinian, and Graha. Are all you see? Oh god, no. This one does remind me a little bit of Elidibus. Is Curtis Emmerich? Like visually? Even though we settled like Leander was probably like personality wise, he would be closer to like Emmerich. Oh, fuck something. I'll take you up on that drink as long as it's not one of those green shots. Don't knock them till you try it. They taste better than they look. Somehow I don't know. I hold my tongue long enough for Leander to go behind the bar. He's lying, isn't he? When I glance at Ice, he only shrugs. Like I said, they were chewy, probably poison too. He considers his own drink a tumbler of amber-colored whiskey. Leander's tried to kill me a dozen times now. It's always a gamble. Bear clicked his tongue in disapproval. When he finally looks away with his half-lidded gaze softened by a third glass of champagne. Man, hi! Welcome! Yeah, all the people on the screen. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna like, zoom in real quick. And then back away. Who's your favorite, Dan? If I were you, I wouldn't let Leander put anything in my mouth. That is an innuendo there. He fans his fingers over his I can't read now. He fans his fingers over his chest, voice dripping with fake reverence. The Wet Wick is one of the finest drinking establishments in all of Iridia. When you're here, you might as well partake in the signature watered-down drinks and stale nut. He sweeps his hand towards the chipped ceramic bowls filled with spindly, speckled jerky that I can only assume is nut leather. What is with the food in this city? The two on the far end are pretty nice based on first impressions alone. Which far? This one? Min and Circe, or these two? Oh my gosh! Hello! Oh my god, is that the Miss Abby? Hello! Welcome, welcome! Superstar band practice time! Hello! Welcome in! Welcome. Hi. Oh my god, hello. Long time no see. Let me give you a shout out. Hello. Welcome everybody. Welcome. Long time no see. I hope you're doing well. But hello everybody who came in from Abby's stream. Hello, my name's Rizna. You can also call me Circe. That's totally okay too. I know it's been a hot moment, but I hope you're doing well. I hope this year, the last couple years and few months have been very, very kind to you. We are currently playing TOUCHSTARVED. It is the demo of TOUCHSTARVED. They are currently running a Kickstarter. Let me pull up the Kickstarter. Hold on, sorry. I have to like click off the stream. They've been fully funded for a while, but they're trying to fund their stretch goals. Their latest stretch goal is they're trying to work on a Nintendo Switch port for this game. So TOUCHSTARVED is a dark romance visual novel game. It started crowdfunding on Kickstarter about like a little bit under a month ago. And so it is currently on PC on Steam right now. There is a free demo. It's what I've been playing. It is for 18 and up because of certain themes. So yes, it will basically be like a dating sim. But the demo only introduces all 5 characters. Yeah. Also, hi, Quiet Kevin, and hi, Navi. Oh, there's also folks that I missed. Hold on. Oshawott, hello, and then Charizard Ranger, hello, and Tiny River, hello. Yeah, so it's got some content warnings like dismemberment and stuff like that. So I would recommend playing this. So Han played this, and also Kieran, Serendipity also got to play this. I got to watch them play through this demo as well, and I loved watching them too. So I decided, oh, let me just read through it and play it. My favorite one is actually this one, the one here in the middle. Visually, I was going to go for this guy, and then this guy like talked, and I was like, oh, this is the route I'm most likely gonna go. I have like a bunch of screenshots of this character. So this is Leander. He's a mage and leader of like the Bloodhounds. They're kind of like equivalent of like a guild in the city. There's this guy, Ice. I don't know if he's like a demon. I can't remember. It's been a while. And then this one's Vare. He's like a trickster. Min, they are a hunter. And then Curtis is like this mysterious doctor. I really like his outfit. Like, hold on. Like, let me just take out the screen, the HUD, the UI, and just like you can look at them. Just gaze upon. Literally all 10s. I'm swooning. I love this outfit. I love this. Min is just looking for the excuse to just put their hood up. Yeah, Min's just trying to leave, but Leander's like, no, we haven't all been here all in one place, and maybe the doctor will finally drink with us. The doctor never drinks with them, apparently. And then so us, our protagonist character is us. We get to choose names, pronouns, and backstory, which does influence some of the stuff.
You are deserving of reward.
Hi, Comet. I hope you're doing well. And so, like, we're here in Leander's, like, turf. Oh no, I gotta do squats right now? Oh my god. Okay, hold on. You know what? I didn't put a cooldown. I can turn those off. I can turn those off right now, hold on. This is like literally the end of the night. I'm still recovering from 2 days ago. I was busy. Also, I now regret putting that squat challenge without a cooldown. I'm still recovering from 2 days ago. okay? I'm still recovering from debut stream, where I did like 100 squats. But yes, we're playing that. Well, I turned it off now. What do you mean? Unlimited squats? Is this Final Fantasy VII? Oh! My legs hurt. That's why you don't see my legs. They hurt. My debut day 2 days ago on Tuesday was definitely leg day. But I hope everybody's doing well. If you need a raid and run, Abby, it's totally okay. Please take care of yourself. But feel free to hang out if you wish. Bye. I'm gonna do those squats while I read the thing. Hold on. Okay, it was 10 squats, right? As I continue to read the I have my mouse here, so okay, alrighty. 1 squat. You gotta stick around. 3 squats for the real attraction, though. Hey, what do you mean? Okay, I can't do squats and read at the same time. Hold on, I'll start over. Okay. 1. Oh, you'll know I'm doing squats because my model's gonna be funky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, ow, 9, and 10, ow. Okay, unfortunately I gotta run. It's almost 1 a.m. here. I got an early day tomorrow, but I was happy to bring some friends over here. I'm glad I discovered TOUCHSTARVED from you. Definitely gonna keep an eye out for this one. Have a good night, Risa and chat. Thank you, Abby. Have a good night. Have a lovely, lovely rest of your week and enjoy your weekend, okay? Take care of yourself. Before I can ask what he means, Leander returns with a tumbler that sets in front of me. Uneven chunks of ice bop and the reddish purple alcohol. I sniff the drink suspiciously. To my relief, this time I smell the sharp, clean scent of gin. Gin? Gin? Reading's hard. I've been reading all night. The undercurrent of fermented fruit. Relax, it's just a local specialty. Plum gin. Although you're feeling more adventurous, I shake my head. Leander wraps his knuckles against the bar until the group falls silent. Alright everybody, let's toast. May Circe stay in Iridia be full of bright adventures and discoveries. Cheers! Leander, Ice, and Vare raise their glasses in unison. Min only crosses their arms. Circe watches with polite indifference. I took my drink back. It's eye-wateringly strong. Despite a sharp medicinal edge, it goes down smooth. One sip softens the edges of my vision. The next fades into the din of a crowded bar into a low, persistent murmur. I find myself unwinding for what seems to be the first time in years. Okay, aren't you the popular one? I guess you met Circe first. It would be more accurate to say I found her. You saved my life. I merely performed my duty as a doctor. Although I must admit, I was confused when I woke up missing all my clothes. Leander makes a choked noise. Somewhere behind him, Min sighs. Oh my god, you're surprising. It's not what you think. Circe was in great condition. I could hardly treat such injuries through tattered clothes. The silence that follows stretches uncomfortably long. I look away, unable to face Circe's disappointment, and catch Vare snickering behind his hand. That's my cue to change the topic. He isn't the only one who saved me today. Don't you listen, I didn't save you, you were simply there. That's Min for you. Reaches for Min, they duck under his arm with practiced ease, without so much looking his way. As reliable as they are moody. You're one to stop considering you neglected to warn her to stay off the streets at night. Oh, I might have gotten distracted. The only response is a short breath. At any rate, I never got the chance to thank you. Don't. The less soulless alive, the better. For a moment, Min's eyes flick towards Ice, their lips twist. Ice is too busy nodding along with two Vare's enthusiastic pantomime of stabbing to notice. Lost, no doubt, in an enthralling discussion. I've had enough of this hellhole. Let's go. Min and Chris share a brief look, then the doctor speaks. Very well, but there's something I must discuss with Leander. You must excuse us. Just like that, the three of them depart, leaving me alone to savor my gin in silence, or so I think, until I hear a voice so soft and low it's practically a purr. Lost your tour guide? I turn to find the crimson and pink eyes strained on me. Not lost on me that they chose the instance the others left to strike. Just my luck. I had to be abandoned the two most irritating people I've met all day. The less soulless alive, the better. Min must be an Iron Ball fan. Oh no. Don't tell me Leander already snuck off to get his knob slobbered at what? He's got business with Chris and Min. 2 on 1 business, Isn't he lucky? Can't tell the champagne or the company, but Ver has grown noticeably more relaxed. He sits with his shin propped on the back of his hand, his ears twitch whenever a hiccup shakes his shoulder. Why are you so far away? Come join us. He pats the empty bar stool beside Ice, but I hesitate. The smile that Ver wears is sweet and distinctively sly. With the drinks in the mix, I dread how he and Ice will mess with me next. We don't fight. I'm not sure about that. Hours ago, he tried to rob me, and you threatened me. Me? Steal. Surely you must be mistaken. You sure it was me? Yes, it was you, and you had the gall to kick me out just so you could go drinking. He gives me one of his shrugs. I was lonely. A simple answer than I expected, and I guess I can't fault him for that. Bear suddenly slumps forward, gossamer sleeves pulling where he rests his elbows on his knee. I sets his hand on Bear's waist, narrowly prevent him from tipping over the counter. How about we start fresh? Begin with proper introductions and get off on the right foot and whatnot? I'll start. The name's Bear. Hunter extraordinaire. His right hand flutters to his chest. He bows, flinching when air falls into his head. Ice doesn't say anything, but I suppose it's mine. We don't bite unless it's called for. That's basically what these two are. That phrase is what screams, like these two, their designs scream. It's Circe. Bear considers me for a long time, his tail idly swaying behind him. Then he knocks back the rest of his champagne. It's a pleasure to formally meet you, Circe. He says my name slowly, deliberately, savoring every syllable. The tingle jumps down my spine. I quickly turn my gaze away. He smirks at my reaction over the rim of his glass. Is something funny? Nope. Please don't. I open my mouth again as quickly as it closed. What, 8 square feet? While the sharp cat-like eyes keep me on edge, something about this tension is fun. It must be the game. Flash of weight over Ice's shoulder catches my eye. Across the bar, Earth heads towards the door. I don't see Leander or Min, but it feels wrong to let him leave without saying goodbye. I'll be back. I slip through the crowd, careful not to touch anyone, but as soon as I'm nearing Curtis, I stagger. The shoulder checked by a man with a neck thicker than both my thighs. He stares down at me, nostrils flaring. Out of my way, shit stain. Words spill out on their own. You watch it. I regret them as soon as they leave my mouth. Chin. The roughneck wheels around, shoving a bloodhound out of the way so he can close in on me. What did you say? He shoves me backwards, sending me stumbling to the sticky floor. I'm fine, but my heart leaps into my throat when I see the roughneck bearing down at me. You trying to start something here? Roughneck freezes, his fist cocked back. A group of bloodhounds called by the commotion circle him, sizing him up. For what feels like an agonizing long moment, the roughnecks look from me to the bloodhound. Finally, he sniffs and spits on the floor next to me. The lob narrowly misses my cheek. Screw it, too many freaks in the circus tonight. He turns his back on me and comes face to face with Ice. A dangerous smile spreads across his face. You'll do. What happens next is a blur. Ice's fist crashes into a roughneck's jaw, causing an eruption of gasps, shouts, and even cheers around us. I scramble to my feet right as the frantic crowd swarms around me, cutting off my sight of everything and everyone. Though the ruckus, I hear Leander shouting, Hey, 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 Ice, take it outside. Ignore them. Everyone, look, drinks are on me. Those 4 words, the wick erupts into hoots and hollers. The ring around me disperses and bloodhounds and onlookers rush towards the bar. Through the thinning crowd, I catch glimpses of familiar faces. Ice vanishes out back, dragging the roughneck behind him. Chris lingers around the door, searching, I suspect, for any wounded before he departs. Men draws their hood out as they slip out the side door, while Bear leans over the counter to swipe a glass of wine from behind the bar, and Leander, seated at the opposite end of the bar, gestures dramatically and apologetically towards the bartender. In the space of a heartbeat, I realize there's no telling if or when I'll see any of them again. Whoever I may pursue may be the last person I get to speak tonight. I follow Leander. For the second time today, I find myself squeezing through the crowd to reach Leander. As soon as he sees me, his easy smile fades. Are you alright, Circe? I'm not used to someone looking at me with such earnest concern. I've been through worse today. From the sounds of it, you had quite the day. How are you holding up? Could be better. Not bad considering I've been threatened, robbed, and come close to dying too many times to count. All around me are familiar faces, worn out places. I should have known not to let you out of my sight. How about the next time you want to see the city, I come along. I can be your personal guide. You already helped me more than enough. Leander signals for the bartender. I'm parched. Do you want anything? I will have another drink. Something strong and some adventurous, aren't you? I'm gonna have to keep my eye on you. Of course, you'll have to keep an eye on me too. I've lost how many I've had. Deal. Once he's ordered, Leander turns back to me. Did you at least get to try any of the good food? I had these fried dough sticks from a vendor near here. As I begin describing my meal, his eyes brighten with recognition. Long lads from Wen's stall, you gotta try them with porridge. There's another stall a block away with these rosewater flour cakes. Take one bite and you'll think you've been transported to some high-town patisserie. Read today. I'm losing it. Have a drink at a bar, you rogue. Then bam, you open your eyes at the same trash-lined street as always. When he laughs, his hair falls out over his eyes. He shakes his head and pushes it back. I'll show you sometime, if you decide to stick around Lowtown, that is. The Iridia Leander describes is far from the one I've experienced, but if you live anywhere long enough, I suppose it becomes home. It seems like I'll be here a while, so maybe I'll take you up on that. The bartender returns with a pair of glasses and pushes them our way. Cheers! Leander clinks his glass against mine. I take a deep sip of the malty dark ale, savoring its flavor. It was surprising finding out you all know each other. I didn't think Iridia would be so small. You know how many times I tried getting them all in one place? It's impossible. It's like trying to herd a bunch of soulless. I take it you know them well? Depends. Was there anyone you were curious about in particular? Curse. Do you and Curse work together? Occasionally. Did the mysterious competent doctor catch your eye? Came across as cold. Leander nods. A doctor with the level of his expertise and perfect service? Impossible. He never warns you if someone's gonna sting. He's stingy with pain medicine, but at least he treats everybody the same. That's something, I suppose. Min's interesting, but not very forthcoming, though. Ah, Min, my favorite grouchy freelancer. What's your first impression? You're pretty irritable. A testy one. Got that right. Sometimes even paying Min for work can be a struggle. Min works for you? Contract only. Refuses to join the Bloodhounds, but they take jobs for me often enough to quit. Just don't ever call them a Bloodhound, okay? I'll get in your... So you're friends with Ice? Happened for a while, but he's rarely in town. Where'd you run into him? The Sea Spring. He chokes on his drink and coughs violently into his fist before giving me a surprise look. You went all the way out there? How did he treat you? He was intimidating. Don't let it get to you. He does well in Iridia because he knows how to scare people. He's a monster and you don't think he's a threat. Not in the slightest. I like to think of us as rivals, so we like to keep each other on our toes, you know? Don't you think being rivals with the monster is a bad idea? If he wanted to disembowel you, it would be easy. No, it's not this year. Sure, Ice likes to toe lines on purpose, but he's not such a bad guy when you get to know him. He sighs and takes a swig from his glass. What do you know about Vare? Shakes his head slowly. Vare, a living example of the Cenobium's cruelty. Most days they like to keep him on a short leash. Surprised you ran into him. Tell me, what did you make of him? He's rude. Why is he always so rude? He snorts. A smile tugs at his lips. Everyone but Ice. If Vare was ever nice to you, you should take that as your hint to run. Why would the Cenobium let someone so dangerous hang around in bars? As long as he gets his job done, they don't care. I mean, I don't mind having him around. He can be fun, but he's got a real presence. What exactly does that mean? Leander shrugs and laughs under his breath. He's nice to look at, mouthy, but his tongue's the least dangerous part of him. Well, that about covers it. Are you tired? Let's find you somewhere to sit. He pushes away from the bar and beckoning me to follow him. He leads me to a small booth hidden in the nook of the bar. A pair of bloodhounds notice it and immediately leap to their feet, offering their seats to us. As I slide into the booth, the web of graffiti scratched onto the booth's tabletop catches my eye. The deepest groove forms the outline of the dog from Leander's posters. Dozens of roughly etched names surround the drawing, some fresh and some well-worn. What is all this? The tradition. Whenever someone joins the Bloodhounds, they have a drink with us and they carve their initials. The barkeeper must love that. After the first year, she finally stopped charging me extra for damages. 2 years and countless drinks later, she added her own name. You're not planning on recruiting me, aren't you? He quickly shakes his head. Not yet. You need time to think about your own path. Do you know what you're going to try next? The question gives me pause. I take my hands from under my cloak and rest them on the table. Do you think you can help me? Of course. We can find the answers together. He starts to reach for me as though meaning to take my hand before stopping himself. His eyes flickered at mine. I won't fail you. If you ever need a taste of normalcy, I'll always be there for you. My chest tightens at the memory of touching him. Even now? Leander swallows, the table groans under his elbows as he leans forward. The booth is so narrow he completely blocks my view from the bar counter. It almost looks as though Leander and I are completely alone. If that's what you want. How to make you feel? Warm? Exciting? I don't know how to describe it. He rests his right hand on the table. He looks at me, smiling when I place my hand in him. He begins unwinding the bandages, stopping every so often to glance at me. As my skin becomes visible, I cast a nervous glance at the bar. But as far as I can see, no one is paying attention. He squeezes my hand gently. No one will notice. He pulls back, raising his hand to his mouth so he can tug off the glove with his teeth. Really? Do you have to do that? Do you have to do that? Show off. His muscles in his forearm tighten as he flexes his fingers. Show off. Our eyes meet. Leander offers his hand again. There you go. Hand holding on demand. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hand holding in my Christian stream? Just kidding. I'm gonna drink water. Drinking water because Kieran told me to. How lewd. In my Christian VTuber stream. The glove's not in his teeth. That would be weird. I don't think so. I don't think so, Crimson. I think he's taken that from his mouth. A lump forms in my throat. I'm certain Leander sees it in my face, the flicker of desperation. His voice lowers to a whisper. Anything you want. Ah! This was an option? This was an option. Okay, we're touching his face. I blurt out the first request that comes to mind. Can I touch your face? Oh, sure. Oh, he's so cute. Look at that blush. The audible gasp. I lean over the table, hesitating before I reach for his face. When my fingers graze his jaw, Leander laughs softly. That tickles. It's fine. You can just... He takes my wrist, angling my hand so he can press his cheek into my palm. Warmth spreads under my fingertips. A surprised breath escapes. Gently, I run my thumb through the ridge of the scar on his cheek, and he shudders, earring jingling against my knuckles. You're getting awfully bold. I've never touched someone like this before. And even though it makes my head spin, it's already not enough. I want to be closer. My heart hammers, filling my ears with a pulse that grows unbearably loud until I pull my hand back. Are you all right? I can barely hear his words over my pounding heart, but I manage to nod. Yeah, I'm fine. Sorry, I think I'm just getting a little dizzy. He gives me a gentle smile, eyes crinkling at the edges. You've had a long day. You deserve some rest. Luckily, your room is just upstairs. Want me to walk you back? I shake my head and begin wrapping my hand back up. With each deep breath, my head feels more clear. I'm fine, but thanks for, well, everything. Remember what I told you. If you ever need a break from the chaos of the city, I'll be there for you. I'll be here for you. When I rise, Leander gives me one last smile. Good night. Night. I trudge up the stairs, but even as I leave Leander behind, the warmth of his skin still lingers on mine. The warmth of his skin still lingers on mine, burning through the bandages. Choose your fate. Leander, the heroic mage. Leander offers you something that should be impossible. A taste of normalcy, free of your curse. As the first person to withstand your touch, he could change your life. But some things are simply too good to be true. Leander promises to unravel your curse, but at what cost? Dun dun dun. Confirm. Thank you for playing! For more TOUCHSTARVED, visit redspring.studio and follow Red Spring Studio on Twitter and Instagram. Ta-da! That's the end of the demo! That's it! Ta-da! Oh my god! Oh my god, I am so tired. Holy moly. Let's switch screens. Okay, that took a while. Honeybuns42, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. When does this come out? It's actually, so okay. It's a Kickstarter. Hold on. When does it come out?
I've been waiting for this.
No. 1 second. It's gonna be a while, I think, before it comes out. Let me see. Hold on 1 second. I'm like looking for it. Apparently, there's like, oh, the full game will be like 15 hours of gameplay. Let me see. 1 second. Still looking for it. Those are add-ons. Oh, maybe I should add the add. There's standees? Oh god, no. Get me out of here. Sorry, hold on. It's from an indie studio too. Hold on. There's the Kickstarter. Did it say? Pretty sure it did. Hold on. 1 second. I'm still looking. I'm like on the. I'm on the Kickstarter page. I probably missed it because I'm so tired. But probably like, I don't know, maybe like late, like 2024 probably. Probably gonna come out in 2024. But that's okay. We'll have plenty of games to play before TOUCHSTARVED comes out, but if you want to have your own experience with TOUCHSTARVED, definitely play the demo on Steam. I've only gone through Leander's route and gotten that ending. I don't know if I did any of the others. I might have done Curse's. I can't really remember. I can't remember. But I'm actually curious as to like what the others would be. Yeah, are there plushies? I believe. Let me look. I don't think so yet. They have like pins, or they will have pins. They have digital stickers, physical stickers. Oh, the plushies were unlocked? Oh, wait, where was that? Oh, I guess they will have plushies. I didn't add that. I didn't add that to my pledge. I only backed it for the game. Cause I'm just like, where do I put all this? Where will I put all this? But I maybe down the line, if they sell the acrylic standees, I might pick the one for Leander and Caress up. But thank you for all hanging out with me as I was reading through TOUCHSTARVED. It was a very chill stream for me. I enjoyed reading it a lot, but definitely my voice is like, you need to rest. I need to rest. So I'm going to call it here. Definitely gonna call it here. Thank you everybody for hanging out with me today. I appreciate each and every one of you. I usually don't play visual novels often. The only other one I played was what was it? It was Nekopara Catboy Paradise for a bit. But that one was really fun. That was actually cuter than I expected it to be. Didn't finish it, but it was fun. Maybe I'll finish it sometime down the line. Announcements. I am streaming on Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific time. It'll be the debut subathon, so if you're free Saturday, come out, hang out with us. I'll be playing Final Fantasy XIV, and minimum for the subathon is 2 hours. Maximum is 16 for the day. So feel free to hang out with us if you've got time. I'll probably be on for a bit. We'll see how far we go on Saturday. So come join us. Do I have the? Oh, I don't have it on hand here. Oh. Let's see if I have it. Let's add the promo. Where is it? Oh, that's not it. That's not it. Wait, where did I put it? That's not it. Oh, those are my subathon stuff. I think it's this one. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Huzzah! Okay, sorry, subathon stuff. Yeah, so Saturday, 22nd of April, 10 a.m. daylight. Come out, hang out with us. This image will also be like linked in chat, so don't worry about it. You don't have to memorize it. You'll see it. So I'll see you all there. Hey, I'm really tired, so. Ooh, okay, what? Ooh, okay. We're gonna go raid Faye, okay? Let's see. This works. Okay, this is gonna be our raid message. You got raided with the new raid, with the new raid emote, okay? So if you're coming with us to say hi to Faye, it looks like Faye is playing Final Fantasy XIV and playing Realm Reborn with their friends, so we're gonna go say hi to them. Alrighty, so I'll see you all soon. Have a good one, and I'll see you on Saturday. Take care of yourselves as always. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you all soon.